Hey, good evening, everyone. How are you? I just wait for people to talk back to me. I'm Patty Wilson, and this is Patty's Playhouse. And I was reading your conversation before I clicked go live, and just keep my mouth shut. It's better to keep my mouth shut right now. Hey, Mr. C, how are you? How is everyone? I put a candle in the background. Just remind me to blow it out before I leave because I don't want to burn the building down. If you don't mind. If you don't mind. Hey, tennis girl. Thank you for being here tonight. Thank you so much. Please like and subscribe. I was watching a bunch of YouTube today, and I hit like before I subscribed to anything, but I made sure I hit like. Hi, Leslie. How are you? Back in town after days of corporate cooling. Yes, I had to change it. I had to run an errand real quick, so I changed it. The 2 says, hello, everyone. I'm beginning the process of moving after 20 years and going through case management and divorce. This is quite the experience. Well, I've been through one divorce, and I had children at the time, and I don't think, I just wouldn't want to do it again. And moving sucks, too. So there is that. The 2 onwards and upwards. You just don't realize the stuff you collect. Man, I am really like throwing a lot of stuff away and giving it away. I don't leave my house right now unless the bed of my truck has stuff in it to get out of it. I just don't want my kids to go through it if anything happens to me. What is HNIC on the CBC? HNIC. Head Nutter in Charge is all I could think of, but I doubt that's a show. Head Nutter in Charge. Oh, that's nice. You're FaceTiming. Aw. Getting 6 inches of snow, and Prince Harry just dropped the puck in my Leaf game in Vancouver. And he's in there for the Invictus. Well, good news for everyone in the UK. Trump said he is not going to deport Harry. He said he has enough problems with Meghan. Rachel, I like to call her, but so funny. Hi, my dog named Bo. How are you? Why is Harry on the ice? For the Invictus. The Invictus. I shouldn't say that like Invictus. I won't be going anywhere that isn't a direct line from here to the fridge. So, murder. Where you live in Europe, how big is your refrigerator? Because they're much smaller than here, right? I have a very small refrigerator in my house because I have a very small space for it, but I'm not going to read it out loud. But I do love the word knobhead. I use it quite frequently, especially since people don't know what it is. It's so funny to me. I don't know why he's on, of all shows, that show, but praise the Lord. Go Eagles. I will not be on tomorrow, but I am wearing my green in support of my Philly. My Phillies special. Such a fantastic, it'll be a fantastic night. I thought, having been following the Karen Reed case, not so much lately, so I don't think I'd watch. I only know Carl, so the Adelson, so I can't relate. Well, he is he was a prosecuting attorney for the military. He was a judge, judge advocate. It's all the names in the chat are people who used to chill here but couldn't bear to hear about their poor Karen being guilty. Is it really? Yeah. Well, anytime I mention Karen Reed, the numbers go down, but I don't care. That's the beauty of it. I don't care. Like, I really don't. I don't care. That woman's out of control. I don't know why her attorney is letting her do these innocent, guilty, in between, mistrial, doesn't matter. Why would your attorney be sending you out to all these fundraisers? And it's just unbelievable to me. Just as unbelievable. He called them flimsy charges. Boy, have mercy, have mercy, have mercy. Well, we'll know soon enough. April's coming around. April's coming. Leslie wants to know what you were grabbing from your fridge. Hi, Mia. How are you? Patty cakes and patty melts. Yogurt and fruit. Really? That's what you're grabbing? Hey, Gladys. How are you? Kristen H., how are you doing? Going to the barbecue shortly. Hopefully we'll catch some of Patty. Tridip. I like Carl very much, and he's entitled to his own opinion. I just don't understand it, but he's entitled to his own opinion. I'm shocked of all shows. I mean, I wonder how many people have asked Carl to go on a show. I've just eaten some crisps, aka potato chips, and now I'm consumed with guilt. Don't be. Hi, Susan. How are you? Too many names to type individually. I'm with you. Someone wrote in my what is it? Today's Saturday, so Thursday, and they're like, "You need a muted keyboard." How do you buy a muted keyboard? Like, I don't think there is such a thing. My nails would unmute the keyboard anyway. And these are my nails. They're not even like it's acrylic overlay, but they're mine. Get out of here. Go away. Muted keyboard. Hey, Michelle, how are you? Hi, Cindy. Hey, B Rabbit. Hi, Rosemary. Hey, Vegas vibes. Does that mean like Vegas nerves? Is that what you're talking about? Hey, Melissa. Oh, come on, Patty. Tell me something. Look, I've had a rough couple of weeks with my mouth. It's like, but I really don't care. I mean, in the end, I don't care. Is what it is. If you're gonna troll me, I'm gonna troll you right back. So that's just, let's warn this right here. Okay. I got ChatGPT open, and if I can't think of something, Chat's gonna think of it for me. Hey, Mama Deeds, how are you? Hi, Wesley. We are in the playhouse. The candle is good. Thank you. I'm glad you like it. But again, I need a reminder. I should probably set an alarm or something. Oh, wait. Hold on. It's my daughter. All is well. Oh, thank you. It matches. See? The green and the green. It's for my fills. Hey, Becky Ireland, member for 3 months. Thank you so very much. Appreciate it. Hey, Barb. I don't want to mess up your last name, so I'll just call you Barb. It does. See, I'm purposeful. Try to be anyway. Oh, hockey. I never would. Never would have got that. Sorry. It would never. Hockey night in Canada. I don't know. Head nutter in charge. The guy that shot Jared Bridgerton now says he gave false testimony. Well, no, that's going to be work. Wesley says, I'm going to be lurking. Thank you for lurking, Wesley. I'm going to take calls in a minute. It was hysterical. So if you don't know and you don't live in the United States, President Donald J. Trump, that's what I like to call him, said, you know, this whole thing about how did what's his face get here, Prince Henry, without the proper paperwork, and they should release his documentation and blah, blah, blah. And Trump said, I'm not going to deport Harry because of his wife. She's horrible. So even England probably doesn't want her. Wackos. Hey, Susan, how are you? It's the first time Trump made you laugh. Harry was enough problems on his own. Aw, get him out of Canada. You have 2 freezers. One is just for dog food that you make. My heavens. How long does it last? You're familiar with knobhead. Look where you live. I'm in Florida. I can get away with calling someone a knobhead here. Completely past all the censors. It's lush. Hey, Kaza. Hey, Bling. How are you? Bling is the new black is in. She's, where are you now? You're in Nashville, right? No, I saw them post in Living Tallahassee today. More than pudding. Is it good? I love pudding. Let her sink herself. That's what I'm saying. Like, why would an attorney? But you're also not supposed to have coitus with your client either, AJ. But here we are. You can rent Alan Jackson. Well, I thought when you said that was like Alan Jackson, the singer. He's a country singer here in the United States. So I was like, why would you want to rent Alan Jackson's studio clippings? So funny. She's saying Carl isn't pro Karen Reed. He said prosecution didn't burn his case. Well, obviously the last time, but they have another second opportunity, so we'll see. The Wings plays the Leafs. I always say it's carnival-like atmosphere. Interesting. Yes, I am having a call-in tonight, Rosemary. As soon as I finish saying hello, I'm going to have a call-in. He was on the Young Jerks. Jurks. So who's calling in tonight? I don't know. You like hearing the keyboard. I know. That came out of nowhere. I don't understand. And maybe it's just the culture where people live or their opinion of social media. But what? Like, how do you get to do that? I don't call in or say like you need to change your hair. I get it all. Your hair is horrible. It makes me laugh. Sorry. Your hair is like horrific. You don't use enough lipstick. You use too much lipstick. Your eyebrows don't match. I get all sorts of shit said to me. All sorts of shit. And most of the time, it doesn't bother me. But you go after my keyboard. That's another way to go. Like, go after the hair. It's easy. It's easy thing. Go after my lips. What am I going to do? You go after my keyboard. I take it personal. I watched it too. I didn't finish it though. Kimberly, Cindy Monkman video, and I bet money there was someone behind this YouTube. Kathy was mentioned as if not much forced on then Cindy. Is it me? I watched it. Didn't finish it. She's not credited. KCL is not credited in the show notes. So I don't know if she did or not. But Kimberly got those photos somehow. Not everything was on YouTube, like the crime scene photos. I've never seen those crime scene photos before. I don't think it's fair to attempt to condense Carl's opinion into one sentence when we sat through an hour over it. He was clear he did not know the evidence, nor he didn't watch trial, right? He didn't watch trial. The person telling you to get a muted keyboard, but I don't think you can. Is likely, I mean, I couldn't. It doesn't matter if I type on one of those horrible Apple flat keyboards. They're horrible. They're like for little kid fingers. It's like jazz hands. Well, I can't even make a jazz hands because notice my physical, it's not like I'm seesawing back and forth with this camera. But if you make a hand gesture, which I'm not going to make, then the camera will track with you. So I'm not going to do it. You love the percussion. I love it too. I love typing. Oh, yeah. Well, he is. I mean, Young Jerks is a FKR channel. That's exactly what it is. Hey, Lorraine, how are you? The two, confession, I tried 1.5 hours on train to my grandson's birthday, got 2 doors away and saw no cars. Oh my God, that's so me. So I always check the day of a show because I've often made a mistake. And when I'm scheduling on StreamYard and it said, I didn't realize it said the day you scheduled it because it kept saying the 7th. I'm like, it's not on the 7th. But it was the actual day you schedule it, not the day of the show. Yeah, set an alarm for your candle. Thanks, YB. Yeah. What's his face on Young Jerks? Michael Crawford's being sued for defamation right now. So people aren't going to take it anymore. You can't just say whatever the hell you want about people. You better be truthful. Text myself. Why have you all? Go Patty and the Eagles. What is a knobhead? A dickhead. A knobhead is a dick. A dickhead. Knob, get it? Like a doorknob. Hope like my thing doesn't move. No, it's not good. Hi, Elizabeth. How are you? You just love listening. Thank you, Lorraine. 49ers are your team, but rooting for the Eagles. Well, my husband's team is the Rams, and he better root for the Eagles. That's all I got. I have a pretty green handbag that would match your shirt. I don't have a green handbag, which is surprising because I love it. It's hard to find those things. I mean, oh, yes, I do. I lied. I have a Kate Spade green large backpack. It's the large one, not the smaller one. Hi, Patricia. Thank you so much. Revolving testimony is the style now. I know. People just change whatever. One morning I wake up and was making coffee and thought, wow, the house smells amazing because the big candle in the kitchen island was still lit. Burned all night. Yeah, that's my fear. I have this fire fear. I don't leave any lights on when I leave. Scott likes to leave one light on. I don't like this building's. I don't know the electrical system here. I don't want to stretch it. How can I call Patty? Well, as soon as I turn it on, you will be able to call by phone. And when you do, please mute your YouTube noise. So if you're watching on TV, like Bling is the New Black, she casts me to the TV. Why she does it, I don't know. On your phone, you have to mute the sound, just like if you were calling a radio show, because it will feedback and it'll echo. We need Tanya Harding to take out Prince. Dude, have you seen those? Tanya Harding was on, I think, Twitter, X, and just, God, she looks horrible. Is Harry an illegal alien? That's what, I mean, I can't say it. I can say it allegedly, but that's what a lot of people believe because of the way he got here so quickly. Patty is the Emerald Nemesis. Well, it's a big don't with me. I remember when Harry not only wore, yes, fancy dress, but fit to take photos. Oh, yeah, but he was like 13. No, come on. Okay, I won't read that one. It's amazing, and I'm inhaling a pint now, more than pudding. I'm full, but can't quit. Where are they located? More than pudding. I know they're on my Living Tallahassee. Sweet peachy boozy bites she makes. Oh, she really does have more than pudding. Where is it? Oh, near Witch. I know where it is. Nice. I won't have time to go over to, the next time I'm over there, I'll go. Hi, Arlene. How are you? I can get this on my TV, only my phone. Well, there's a way to cast it. So if you wanted to chat while it's on your TV, you go to your TV and put YouTube, like the app in. Say you have a Roku or a Fire Stick or Apple TV. And then when you log onto your phone at the same time, YouTube, it'll ask you, do you want to cast it? So that, and then you can type into the chat on your phone. Ginger balls. Okay. He's not a nice kid. Like, it's a shame that they have to have a spare because the spares kind of screw it up. They really do. Hub would call Ann, but I'm X. I don't know what that means. The scumbag YouTuber known as the Young Jerk said threats towards Grant on one of his shows. Yeah, he is going to be sued. I mean, he's being sued. Oh, you would call in, but you're exhausted. I bet you are. You've been having some fun. What would happen, Patty, if someone went after my hair? Like, you mean verbally? Oh, I don't care. Just don't go after my keyboard. My kids, my dog, okay, I'm going to piss off. My keyboard, of all things, like there's so much about me to make fun of, literally, and that's what you pick. So cowardice. It's very lame. I called my husband square the other day, and he didn't know what that meant. How do you not know what square is and you're 68? I watched the Kimberly thing today, and I have so many comments. I didn't get to finish watching it. Patty's typing is ASMR. He's not even popular on his own channel. Has he even been on in a while? I don't even think Carl's been on. Hey, D, love of God. Fly, go fly, yakety yak. Great things is coming your way. Oh, that's nice, Mia. We need to debate handbag versus knapsack. So my challenge with this is you cannot see. Like if I could get somebody could make a ton of money by putting a little motion detector light inside of a knapsack handbag, like one of those big ones, and I would love it. I would pay extra, but I try not to buy. What do I have right now? Oh, I actually have a little bag. You got what is it called? It's actually Swedish. It's a Swedish like kids backpack. Not for long, Michelle, leaving Lake Tappan to move to my late mother's house in Tallahassee. You will be closer to Patty. I'm glad you're doing that. I'm glad. What time does Patty need to be reminded of the candle? When I turn off. That's when I'm going to do it. Well, it's in my face. It's right behind me. So that's when I'm going to do it. Meghan Markle, call her what you want, but she got exactly what she wants. Patty, what's the phone number? I'm going to put it on a banner in just a minute. Yes, correct. A knobhead is not, but it's like a doorknob, but not a doorknob. It's a penis. He's an Englishman in New York. Hi, Allison. How are you? Let me scroll down now. Everyone's saying hi. Yes, a smart TV will usually have the YouTube app and you can just log in and then you see some, I can't make that hand sign. It makes my camera move. That it is, since Murder helped me figure it out, the hand gestures, to turn off the tracking from the other night. But I even have a green, which I'm going to put on tomorrow. I have a green like loop watch band. It's elastic. Tomorrow, all green. Everything will be green. Late to the party. Hi, Rebecca. Oh, I'm sorry, Debbie. What is the Kimberly? It's spelled, what is it spelled? Let me see. I'll share the channel. People really like her. I like Carl's clock. That's what I like. It's like Kimberlia. No, oh my God, she really does spell it weird. So here is Kimberlia. And she did a Cindy Monkman, sister of you know who, and she did the story of the murder. Carl is finally getting late. He doesn't have time for you. I don't know what you're writing. Have you all seen Piers Morgan's hates Harry so much? Piers first met Meghan at a bar in Kensington and tried to chat her up, but she rejected him. He kept, I'm not a fan. So I'm not a fan of Piers Morgan. I think he tries to ride two horses with one ass. He tries to be everyone's friend and then downgrades them right behind their backs. So I don't like him. Kimberlea certainly did her research. And I don't believe in this video. 1,000 views. I don't believe she says content contributor is Molly McGuigan. Marley McGuigan. She does not credit Kathy Monkman. She doesn't credit her. She does, however, have a pretty significant sponsor in MeUndies. But she doesn't really describe. She doesn't describe she just says Cynthia Monkman crossed paths with a killer. Not a killer, her killer. The solved murder case survives as haunting reminder. But she does not mention what's her face. Oh, he got a new house. Good for him. Good for him. You hate leaving Lake Talquin. I don't understand that. I mean, I really don't. I appreciate it, but it is so far out of town, it would drive me insane. Michelle lives out there too, I believe. But it's just too far for me. 5 miles is plenty out of town. Oh, he was on the other night. I'll have to go get him. I find him respectful and insightful. He is. He runs a tight ship, man. He doesn't take any crap on his channel. Getting it does, Yala. It does. Guys, go Eagles. I know. Have you guys been watching Jameis Winston? Florida State player who last was with the Cleveland Browns, and he is with Fox Sports now, and he is just having the ball of his life driving around and walking around New Orleans and with a camera in his hand. It's hilarious. Thank you, Kristen. Thank you, Susan. Thank you. Oh, she's been on X the last 3 days. I blocked her, so I can't really say that. I wouldn't know. Where I live, a local pub renamed during the COVID fiasco had a new sign made with Boris Johnson, Cummings, and Hancock called the 3 Bell Ends. I got to look up Bell End. I don't know that one. Oh, it's the glands of a penis. Thank you. I'm using that from now on. But See, that's why I love it. Because then no one will know. And I can call them whatever I want. Patty once sent a package full of knobs that exploded. Yeah, that's right. No, that was sperm. I got a package that exploded, which was really fun, of sperm glitter. Sperm. Like spermatozoa, like the little thing with the tail. Yeah, that was me. Hi, Max. How are you? What movie are we talking about? We were talking about a YouTube true crime channel. Her name is, and I put the channel, if you scroll up, you'll see it. Kimberlia. Beautiful girl, 487 subscribers. She has a lifestyle channel, a dark livity channel. She has merch, a Snapchat, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, and a Facebook page. She must make some bank. Bank. Oh, by the way, I'm not going to read it out loud, but I got a sponsor collaboration thing, one I might do. So be prepared. Wesley, if he's still here listening, lurking, it's what we discussed. I'm not even kidding. It's what we discussed during the Melody Ferris trial. And this I would do. Like, I would pitch this. This is expensive. It's not like bathroom storage. So if you can imagine, if you were on with us during the Melody Ferris trial, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And I got, nope, not diaphragms. Not diaphragms. Not diaphragms. I did not sign with Diet Coke. You are close with the diaphragm, not by matchsticks. You guys don't remember? It's very expensive, and you sit on it occasionally. Hedo trip. Yeah, I'm going to hedonism. That's right. That was what's her face. She went to hedonism with that man. Goodness. Yay, you win. Yep. You win. Dark livity she does with her husband. Interesting. Yep. You win, Donna. Can you imagine? I would be fully dressed at all times. There is just no way. Like, there's just no ever. Too many people have. Do they like remove your camera when you go to, like, you don't get a phone when you go to hedonism? That's right, Mr. C. I got an email for a collaboration. Yep. That's exactly right. You did it. Not a whoopee cushion, Michael, but close. Did you see Jameis in New Orleans, Michael? True story. I opened my mail today and I was like, dang, this might be something. Nope, not her son. Dude, did you guys see that? So someone grabbed Donna's arm in jail, she says, but refuses to give the names of who did it. And it was a month before they reported it. It is not a shock collar toilet. We did. I don't know if it's because of that, but I'm going to start talking more about Diet Coke. Okay. That's what I'm going to do. It might be a vacuvage. It was not a vacuvage, but thank you. Has Gibbers finally beat the Adelson family? Close. It's going to be so good. Next week, February 11th, 2:30. I'll be on shortly after. Whatever. Donna's so tired of the Adelsons. I know. It is hard to take. She is getting desperate. She's not getting bail. They're like, well, she's going to ask for, you don't get bail in Florida with a murder charge. You're in. Doesn't matter how much money you have, who you are, what your name is. And I shared on as a community post this chick on Facebook who said, well, she was in jail at the same time Donna was. No shame in that game. And she said, well, Donna, she must have all sorts of like power because everyone has to leave. Well, everyone leaves when you're on the phone with your attorney or your attorney's present. It's not a big deal. Someone asked me, is she bribing? No, she's not bribing. She's not bribing the guards. When you speak with your attorney, it has to be private. She is a private attorney, not a public defender. So she has, I think, a weekly call with them, if not more. So it's going to be separate. Hey, Rebecca, thank you for reminding. Hit that like button. Jesus Lover, thank you for your membership, says Bling. Thank you, Bling. Where are you? Where did that go? Here we go. Thank you so much. Yeah, well, it's not going to work. Oh, that's what she said. Stop it. It's so funny to me. They grabbed her arm and tried to extort her. That is the stupidest thing ever. Oh, no, it's not cum gum. Although I wish they would go back into business, though. She is tedious. The whole thing is tedious. The trial is to start on June 3rd. That'll be jury selection, which I will not go. I'm not going to go to jury selection. I realized that the last time that if I went to jury selection, my face can't stop. So there's no point in me going to jury selection. I don't want to ruin anything because I'm sitting there watching these people in the jury room going, what? Didn't Charlie get an iPad all day? Well, it's not iPad, it's a tablet, but it's one, according to my son, I mean, that's what they sell. It's just kind of a brick tablet. So he had on the calls and just the hours they spend. But I believe with your attorney, it's different. They're probably blocking it off. I mean, she's been there over a year now. I mean, well over a year. Patty, do you see Carl's on? Yes, I did. Thanks, Maui. I did. Kathy Smith says, thank you, Bling, for the membership. Kathy, are you in Tallahassee? Are you a Tallahassee person? I can't. Oh, yeah, that's right. He went on the blocking rampage. I wonder if DA's, Donna Adelson's extorters agreed to a monthly payment system. Well, they're going to have to. I mean, who like, I'm going to grab your arm and extort you right in jail. Come on. She must be getting really bored in jail. She has to find something to do, but come up with scams and schemes. It's not going to work. She's not getting a change of venue. I know people are concerned. She's not getting an extension on the term or the trial date. It's not happening. Just a little over 3 months, right? Mama Deed says Bling is awesome. And Bling, you can see up here in the corner where it says Bling is the new black. She sponsors the show and provides us with bags that say Patty's Playhouse. Donna can launder the money in her jail safe. I think she lied about the two ladies and is now afraid of others people beating her up. Well, she's in, what is she, in protective custody now? Oh, April says, I have not watched one bit of Monica Sementilli. Prosecutors are the opening statement. Highly recommend. I did not. 12 payments with extortion plan by Bank of America. She makes Melody Ferris look like a saint. How old is this person? Give me all your Twinkies or I'll grab your arm. Yeah, that Karen Reed thing is going to be wild. She had her fundraiser yesterday. The winner. God, dude. On the topic of justice versus mob mentality, well, the whole idea of tonight was more about, I watch, well, actually, Free Karen Reed. Not only that, me. Me. I guess everybody has a side to a story, and it's how they do it. So, the Free Karen Reed, I mean, the people are just, I mean, you can believe she's innocent, no skin off my back, but to go and harass people in the streets, well, it's really toned down. They barely have 12 people out there anymore, but it's a lot. Like, what makes you do that? Like, I know people, like this whole thing with KCL, the triad, and then what they did to Allison and Mia, and I'm sure others, that you would gang up and be like, what is it? What was that dog's name when we were in grade school? Red Rover. It was, remember Red Rover, and they would call someone over, and it was just, you're going to get picked last. It's just horrible. Someone has to be first and someone always has to be last, but it's Red Rover, and it's just horrible. It's horrible what they do. Horrible. I'm facing it now from my Facebook group, Living Tallahassee, but I'm getting smarter about these people. So, was it Rebecca would know, Michelle would know, a couple weeks ago, right when Tom Homan, who is the head of the Border Patrol, started going around to communities and arresting illegal immigrants. And I don't mind some political discussion in Living Tallahassee. It's a Facebook group. It's going to happen. I mean, we don't like it too much, but it's fine. So one of the admin made a joke. It was actually what's his name? George Lopez joke. People didn't even know that. They were just like, he's racist, he's horrible. And it was really mob mentality for a while. Well, it still is. I mean, there's a whole Reddit thread about me this time, not just KCL. And I find it entertaining. And I have a Reddit that doesn't have anything to do with my name or Facebook or YouTube. And I go in there and I'm like, God, she's a bitch. So I do kind of instigate it. But it's fun for me. So, I mean, but if you're not a person who understands who you are, that can really bring you down. So now they've taken to my business Google page, like for the brokerage, our real estate company. And they're going in and doing like 1-star reviews. I don't know them. I've never met them. Some of them don't even use their real name. They're not clients. They just write, she's a disgusting racist or something. Not because I said the joke. But because it's my page. So I'm responsible for every little thing that everyone ever said. It might as well be Zuckerberg. I mean, that's how ridiculous it is. You can't be responsible for everything anyone ever has said in their life. So one girl, I mean, these people are starting to ask for it. So she gave me a 1-star review. And at first I just put, she made a disgusting comment, which is why she was removed. And then I went back, I'm like, oh, she has an OnlyFans account. Like, she wanted to post her OnlyFans account on Living Tallahassee, and I can't allow that. So I use like asterisk, so it doesn't really say OnlyFans, but it says OnlyFans. And so I'm like, I'm just going to start fighting fire with fire. If people are going to give fake reviews, I'm going to give fake responses. So, but it is that, like, that's what I wanted to talk about. If anyone has been in that position where they get fake reviews for their business, or they feel like they're part of a mob mentality, I mean, that's what cancel culture is. And I don't think people I know in Tallahassee, they are not used to someone saying no. I'm not changing because you're upset. I'm not changing because you're offended. I'm not changing because of a joke that I didn't have anything to do with it. Call George Lopez. Like, I am not changing it. I'm not changing. Well, so they arrested these 12 guys. And one of them, they were on construction sites, as it happens. And then it turns out they were part of a Venezuelan gang. Like 3 days later, they disclosed that, not right away. And I'm like, dude, they're trying to go for the worst first. They're not just going for Jim Bob's dad. They're going after what they believe is known criminals, and they have a warrant. So they're going after these people and detaining them. But it's really interesting to be on the end of that, where you are called literally, I mean, horrible, so funny, horrible names. Like, I know who I am. I'm not worried about that part of it. But even Scott called, and he's like, Patty, he's like, this is not worth your safety. And I said, Scott, if these people are that stupid, there's nothing to stop someone. There's nothing to stop like TSP from showing up here or any of these other people. There's nothing to stop them until you commit the actual crime. And even then they won't do anything. Then you can do something about it. But the threats aren't enough anymore. Law enforcement will do nothing. And he's like, well, it's not worth your safety. You have to do blank, blank. I'm not doing anything. I'm not changing a thing. Not changing a thing. So if you want to come at me with your 1-star reviews, then I'm going to come at you with something funnier. And then you won't. It's like, when did you stop beating your wife? You can't win in that question. So I'm going to come back with stuff that's going to embarrass you because I'm smarter than you. But it's really weird to me that especially in this town, because it's a very, very Democrat, blue, liberal, 3 universities town. Well, 2 universities and a college. Very liberal. And if you go against anything that they believe, they will it's so funny to me. The 12 of them that smell like grilled onions and patchouli will come at you and protest outside your business. Like, they don't have jobs. Like the free care and read, do they not work? Like, does no one have a job? Or they all stay at home, women, which how do you balance your life when you're literally willing to embarrass yourself for this woman's cause? I just don't even understand it. I am smarter. I am. I was like, I thought about it and I thought, should I really go like change my response to this Google review and say what I really want to say? So I did. What's she going to do? She going to say, I don't have an OnlyFans account? I'll say, you did. And I had to remove it. So, and then I wrote, times are tough. We understand since Trump, times are really tough, and we wish her well. But like, these people will come at you. I still get them. Like, they were in the Katie Cool Lady detention. They were in detention center, and Mia points them out. A couple other people point this person out, and they were just militant about Katie Cool Lady. Militant, like, she is a saint. If you have to like come at someone so profoundly and enraged to prove this person is a saint, I'm thinking that you've got a problem. I think you have a problem. So I'm going to open up the line. Here you go. This is it. Please. Let me take out the happy. What did I write? Take out the happy 225. Although I do wish you a happy 225. 2025. There we go. Now you can call. Wait a second. I have to put it on. It's on Do Not Disturb right now. So nobody wants that. I know what a bell end is. I'm very excited. So now I can receive calls. Wait a second. My phone's on Do Not Disturb. Hello. This is Patty. Patty's Playhouse. Good. How are you? Good. Nice to hear from you. And you have a good phone signal. That's all I would be worried about. I'm going to get my notepad just in a second. So you're up in the forest. How cold is it today, Diane? Oh, nice. So it's a little resortish. How far up north are you in Wisconsin? Oh, okay. Oh, you have two. Nice for you. So did you have a question for me or something? Yes, I do. Oh, thank you. I do. I do talk to people the same way, like whether you're at the store or here, so it's not fake. Mm-mm. So, what was your experience? Mhm. What I mean. Oh, hold on a second. Hold on. They can't, Diane, they can't hear you. Hold on. I can hear you, but they can't. Hold on. Hold on one second. I have to put it over here. Sorry about that. So we're gonna introduce you again, okay? Okay, hold on. Now they should be able to hear you.
Hello, everybody.
How you
I'm
doing?
Diane Brooks, and I live in northern Wisconsin, about 4.5 hours north of Milwaukee, in a deep forest.
In the deep, deep forest.
Mm-hmm.
So Diane was talking about her experience with the mob mentality, right?
Yes.
Can you guys hear now? Wait, let
And
me make sure. Yes, they can hear. Hi, Diane. They're hearing. So good. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
so I live in a small community also in Milwaukee County, and it's mostly white population. I'm a person of color. I was an educator. I was a police officer, and I used to teach culture diversity class. And the BLM movement was real big, and so I'm watching this on Facebook play out, where this one person made a comment, which was a logical comment. She was like, why are we advocating for rioting? Because there were messages written on the sidewalk in front of the city hall of our little community saying riot now. And when she said that simple statement asking why are we allowing this, people attacked her, started writing in messages about comments about how she's a racist. We know what you're getting at by this comment, and people need to fight for what they believe in. And so I typed up and was kind of helping her. And I don't remember exactly what I said because that was during BLM. And who knows? I said something logical about, about we allowed to bully on this platform, or, you know, she can't ask a logical question here. And then they tried to get at me. And next thing I know, I was kicked off the whole platform. I was kicked off.
Now, was this a group or what was it?
Yeah, it was a Facebook group for our community. And
So
they
sorry.
kicked me off. My husband was so upset. We were up north at the time, up here 4.5 hours north of where we were, where our other home is. And my husband was like, "Stop, they're going to burn our house down." He was literally asking me to stop because I was trying to put this poor lady, they were attacking her. And he was afraid they're going to burn our house down. So
I don't blame him. I mean, even when Scott called me, so what had happened was there's like, this is Living Tallahassee, and then there's like 6 or 7 copycat groups that get mad at me when I tell them, like, if you don't like what I have to say, go start your own group. So they do. So funny.
Yeah.
So they're very small.
Right.
I mean, they're small groups in relative numbers, but this one client, and they know who we are, So this one client emailed Scott and was like, "I'm worried about Patty." And so that's when Scott called me. I'm like, "I'm not worried about Patty. Like, if these people..."
Right. And my husband was afraid they're going to burn our house down.
You cannot,
but
you can't stop someone from committing a crime. Like, you literally cannot. All I can do is like when I had law enforcement here for Society Page, all you can do is arm yourself in some way and have cameras and protect. Yeah. But until a crime is committed, no law enforcement will ever do anything. And I know they're like, "Patty, it qualifies for cyber stalking. They're going to every website you have. They're going to," and I'm like, literally, there's nothing I can do about it. Like, all you can do is report it, and that's it.
Look at what happened with Karen Reed's situation with that poor family of that police officer, and how they've got it on camera. They're stalking them. They're calling them names and intimidating witnesses. Since when is that okay?
Well, Turtle Boy is like, he's going to these kids like a children's baseball game.
Exactly.
Because you disagree with him. Now, every time, he hasn't blocked me yet, but every time he says something, I ask him, and I mean it sincerely, why don't you have a sponsorship disclosure on your website that Karen Reed is sponsoring you? You should legit have it. And he hasn't blocked me yet. He did tell me that he wished my family died. Dude, you are so sick. Like, you just... And to me, I know it's probably not the best defense to just laugh at it, but I really do. I laugh at it all the time. But I understand your husband's side because it's so militant. It's really militant right here.
My sister used to say that people hide behind the keyboard. They can speak up. They're real brash and real bold, and but it is scary, our society today.
It is.
You have to be politically correct. Be careful what you say, how you say it, what your intentions are. And
well, and here, I mean, so what had happened the other day, which I think it is suable. So I am going to talk to an attorney. So there's a vendor. It's called Access Garage Doors. And in this group, this guy named Josh, we'll call him Josh Hatley because that's his name. I'm not hiding behind it. And I don't. I'll call you out. So Josh said to a known crack addict, Matt Engfinger, that we don't pay our bills. And I was like, what? So if people were sending this to me, I don't go in the group because it's of no use to me. So they sent it to me and I was like, who's Josh Hatley? Because he said, we do work for Patty. I'm like, you do? Who are you? So of course I look him up. He's a general manager for a vendor that we use called Access Garage Doors, which is a franchise where they install garage doors, garage door openers, make repairs. They were our only garage door vendor. We used them for everything. I promoted him. I referred them. We don't pay our bills. So you know what I did, right? What did I do next?
Right.
I called.
Yeah.
Is Josh there? This is Patty Wilson. Josh is unavailable. Oh, great. I have an appointment. They were supposed to come to my own home to replace my garage door opener. I said, would you mind having Josh call me when he gets back? It's about my garage door. Sure. Josh calls not 5 minutes later. You could tell he was very reticent, Diane. I said, Josh, it's Patty Wilson. Do you have a problem with me? And he goes, I like to keep my personal and business separate. I was like, did you really do that though? I said, under your personal name, you said you do work for us. I had to look you up. I had no idea who you were. And he goes, well, I just don't like how you run your Facebook group. I said, so you can slander me? Like you can defame me?
Wow.
Because you don't like that?
Yeah.
I said, Josh, you and I are going to speak later. But for now, peace out, Boy Scout. And I hung up. So then I did my thing. I'm calling I had to find the franchise owner that bought it in March and brought it here, sold it. So I'm calling the new franchise owner on Monday, and I'm not asking for him to be disciplined. He's either going to say that that's not true in public, or I'm going to sue. Those are the only two items that will happen.
Yeah, and you have that skill set. Most people don't have that skill set to be able to have the backbone to do what you're doing, plus the skill set to be able to look and do research the way you do, which everybody loves.
Oh, well, thank
that
you,
have
Diane.
that skill set.
But I do know it's very
and I love
concerning.
your show. I'm so happy I listened to you.
Thank you. I know it's concerning, and I feel for your husband, but it shouldn't. I know it shouldn't be like that, but at that point, right then, it was very how shall I say, toxic. And here, when this happened, so these 12 people who smell like grilled onions and patchouli, all white, all hadn't had a haircut in a while, which is fine. Protest all you want. But then I told them in a post, like, you're at the wrong building. You're at the county courthouse. You should be protesting at the federal courthouse. Well, you would have thought that I set fire to one of their hair. Like, it was completely, you don't know what you're talking about. Where is your mommy? Did they pay for this? Like, that's all I could think of. Your parents are paying for this school, and you don't know which courthouse you should be protesting. Well, the county commissioners need to make us a sanctuary city. They can't, because it violates the law of Florida. So anyway, I find it funny and humorous until you slander me, and then I'm going to take care of it. But I just, that's me. Tough night. So I'm very sorry. Thank you so much for calling. And
thank you for everything, Patty. Keep the faith and keep doing what you're doing.
All right. Well, take care, Diane. Thanks again.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. This is pretty simple now. Oh, that's so millennial. Wow. Josh Hatley with Access Garage Doors. Me and his attorney and their owner is gonna have a problem. People have lost their ever-loving minds. Yes, TSP was the one threatening me and my dog. Yes, Blaine, we were letting them know that you were sponsoring. How do you fall asleep like that and then wake up? How does that even happen? You're a napper, aren't you? I just can't nap. He is a paid spokesperson for Karen Reed. So be a paid spokesperson. I could care less, but you should disclose it. Like I disclose, like right there, Bling is the new black. If she paid money, I'd have to disclose differently. Like you have to it is a requirement on YouTube to disclose and disclaim if you are taking money for your words. It's crazy to me. He uses all the post support back. Why doesn't Wendy have those people? Wendy Adelson needs a spokesperson. Wendy Adelson needs a spokesperson. You got to hold your hand up at this damn camera so it won't move. You should have your bags and a special gift tomorrow. Are you coming to town? Are you coming? You volunteer. You want to be Wendy Adelson's spokesperson? Hold on. Someone's calling me.
Call from.
Elegant Hurry.
To accept, press 1.
Hi, this is Patty with Patty's Playhouse. Can I help you? Can I help you?
You want to sell me something?
I sell you a house I got listed. Who's talking?
Elegant Hurry.
Oh, how are you?
I'm about dead with a cold right now. How are you?
Good. You want me to play your song?
Do what?
Want me to play your song?
If you want to, that's up to you. If you didn't like it, forget it, trash it. It's up to
I
you.
was listening to it right before it came on.
Okay. Did you like it?
Hold on 1 second. Bling, that's not true. I didn't sound like I needed a break. Oh, heavens. I was hoping you'd come. I told my husband you were coming to Tallahassee. It is the coolest accent ever, right? Where do you live, Elegant?
North Carolina,
Which part?
Western,
Oh, do you? How you doing?
over near where the damage was.
Are you?
I'm doing fine. I had some damage to my pasture and my fence tore down, but I'll get all that taken care of this spring.
You do it yourself?
Well, I probably will. I usually get one of my grandsons to help me, or a couple of them when I need help.
Well, Elegant, you have a
so
way
they're-
with words,
they're
I have
pretty-
to say.
Do what?
You have a way with words.
Well, when you get as old as I am, that's about all you got left.
Well, you did. I mean, were you the one that wrote about the arranging the flowers? You wrote that, right?
Yes.
Then I put the music to it.
Yeah, and I appreciate it too. That was so good. I loved it.
Oh, thank you. Murder says I want this man to tell me about the old times. Have you always lived in North Carolina?
Yes. I've lived here all my life.
Wow. What kind of work did you do?
I was a general contractor up until I retired about 3 years ago. Did commercial buildings.
This is the poet. Absolutely the poet. You did commercial buildings. Good for you.
Yeah.
So would you ever leave North Carolina for Florida? Just asking.
I don't think so. My son lives down there, and when I go, the thing that I'm wanting from the time I get there is to get back.
Oh, really? You love North Carolina?
Yeah.
Well, you have better weather than Pennsylvania. I drive through that area to go home. To go home to Pennsylvania, but you have much better weather.
You go up Interstate 81.
I do.
Yeah.
Or I did. I don't know if I.
Yeah, I've been up through there several times. Up by Lewisburg, where I think KCL's got one house, and then Williamsport, where I think she's got the lake house.
Well, yeah,
I've been up through there several times.
The lake house is right at the New York border, so it's further up. But yes, the townhome that her husband owns is in Lewisburg. So, what took you through Pennsylvania?
When I was young, I drove a tractor and trailer for 9 years.
Oh, interesting. What took you to Reddit? What made you go on Reddit?
Let's see,
Me?
When you were talking about, ever since I retired, I got into listening to these court programs. It started with watching court TV and then watching them online. And And when they got on to you and you put up your channel, that's when I started going to Reddit.
That's interesting. So I think of Reddit oftentimes, like if I'm just going to peruse, and it's kind of like I mean, it's a free for all. There isn't a lot of moderating on Reddit in general. I mean, it's pretty disgusting in a lot of the threads, but man, I can't believe that's what did it. I mean, you've got great skills, like as far as writing. It's incredible.
Well, thank you.
Let me
I
figure
appreciate
out
what you do too.
I'm going to play this song while you're on with me, okay? If you don't mind.
Okay.
Hold on 1 second. This is the first one.
Did you get the ones that I sent you today?
Yes, that's what I have. So just wait 1 second and don't try not to talk right now, okay?
Okay.
All right, let me start at the beginning.
Let's steal away into the night. I know it's wrong, but it feels so right. I wanna feel your arms around me, hold me tight. We'll find a place down on the beach where we're alone and prying eyes cannot reach. We'll make love under the moonlight. There's so much that I can teach. I wanna feel your arms wrapped around me and your body between my knees. I wanna feel sailing my coochie. Tonight, tonight, tomorrow, tomorrow, that's real life. Tonight's for ecstasy. My dad can never know what we've done, or how we feel. So I try so hard to fight it, but I'm sure my passion shows. I wanna feel your arms wrapped around me and your body between my knees. I wanna feel safe beneath my coochie. Tonight, tomorrow, tomorrow, that's real life. Tonight, for ecstasy. I can't stop this fire burning. Tomorrow, that's real life. Tonight, for ecstasy. I wanna feel your arms wrapped around me and your body between my knees. I wanna feel sailing in my coochie. Tonight, tomorrow, that's real life. Tonight's for ecstasy. Can't stop this fire from burning. Tomorrow, back to real life. Tonight's for ecstasy.
So elegant.
Yes.
You made coochie and sand sound beautiful.
To be
What is
honest
going
with you, I
on
was
here?
kind of scared about doing that.
When I first heard it, I was like, this is too beautiful to be about that woman screwing her dad's lover on the beach. It's just too beautiful. Wait, people have questions. Just 1 second. Well, Rosemary says you are a true poet in motion, which is true. Oh, it's so funny though. Whew. B Rabbit
Thank
says you
you.
are a blessing. Mm-mm-mm. Mia says you are elegant, is a badass, and talented. I mean, you really made sand in your cooch sound beautiful.
That's what you asked for.
I did, but first of all, I thought you were about 40. Okay, so there's that. Did
Try
you
70.
follow? I mean, I'm just shocked by the whole thing. I got to do this thing again. Did you follow KCL before I called her out?
Yes.
Oh, you did?
Yes, I did. I watched the old works in Tallahassee, and you know, when she was doing that in that motel room and bad mouthing everybody, including the Airbnb owner, I was thinking to myself, this woman's crazy. She's insane.
She's insane.
And
Well, it's kind of
I quit
odd.
following her somewhere between Tallahassee and Jacksonville.
It was kind of odd. Okay, I'm gonna do the. Which one did I do? Was that the first one or the second one?
Honestly, I don't know. To be honest with you, Patty, I can't hardly hear them on my phone.
Oh, okay.
You know, I can hear them. I can hear them
I
good
did.
on
I
the
did the
laptop,
first
but,
one. So now I'm gonna do the second one. Okay.
Okay.
So he wrote 2.
Now the other one I haven't heard, so this will be new for me
You've
too.
never heard this version. Okay, let me do it. Start at the beginning.
Let's steal away into the night. I know it's wrong, but it feels so right. I wanna feel your arms around me, holding me tight. We'll find a place down on the beach where we're alone and crying eyes cannot reach. We'll make love under the moonlight. There's so much that I can see. I wanna feel your arms wrapped around me and your body between my knees. I wanna feel the sand beneath my Gucci. Tonight is and tomorrow Gucci. Tomorrow that's a real life. Tonight's for ecstasy. Not a death, you never know what we've done or how we betrayed him so. I tried so hard to fight it, but sure my passion shows. I wanna feel your arms wrapped around me and your body between my knees. I wanna feel the sand beneath my Gucci. Tonight is tomorrow Gucci. Tomorrow is real life. Tonight's for ecstasy. I can't stop this fire from burning. Tomorrow is real life. Tonight's for ecstasy.
Elegant. Again. How many people can do that?
I believe I like that second version better.
So on the
A
radio,
little quicker pace.
I have a radio show where we always play music. So I'm going to have them pipe in those two as my my intro and outro this week. So Sand in Your Coochie will be played on the radio.
Oh my God. You're going to get me on the hit list.
Dude, I mean, that's one of those songs like when I was younger and you listen to the words now and you're like, Benny Mardones. And you're like, did he just really say he was like going into a 14-year-old's bedroom? Like, and now you're like, now it's Sand in Your Coochie. Max can't hear. Wait 1 second. Hold on. I don't know why, because it's the same. Sound is great for her. So it's Max. It's not us. Good go.
Yeah.
Well, thank you,
I couldn't figure out how to post them on Reddit. It said that you had to download them and then send them to YouTube and then download it to Reddit. And I didn't know how to do all that.
I do. I know how to do it, so I'll share it for you. Do your grandchildren know you have such a way with words?
I wouldn't want to hear that, be honest with you.
I won't. Well, we don't know your name, so that's easy. Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah.
I mean, you made it beautiful. I don't even understand it. But my business partner, Scott, is going to love it because he's like, I told him about the woman having sex with her gay father's gay lover. And it's like, dude, you just never know what you're going to hear on YouTube. You just don't. That's the beauty of it.
That is a shocker.
It's absolutely cool. But Yala says
Well, Patty, I'm losing my voice. So
oh, honey,
I'm gonna get
sorry.
off.
Go have a bourbon. Go have a bourbon for me.
Well, I asked my wife last night if we had any, and she said, no, we've got tequila, so I guess we'll have to drink some of that.
We'll go have some tequila. They both work. Take care, dear. It's such
There
an
you
honor.
go.
True honor.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Is that not hilarious? Like, I'm so stunned right now. I can't even. He goes, yeah, we need to get Elegant to write an album about how distraught Max was after they destroyed the bed. Oh my God, it's so funny. Bravo, Elegant. Bravo. Benny Mardones died. Benny Mardones is dead. And the song wasn't about that. He died. He actually had colon cancer, I believe. Into the Night. It was about a girl. And I love the song. I don't care. Like, the song is amazing. But I mean, yeah, he passed away. He's gone. He wasn't on anyone's YouTube for a while. He died. When did he die? Because I went and I got to be friends with his, I'm such a lurker. Talk about lurking, Wesley. Friends with his son on the Facebook so that I could learn about his dad. He died in 2020. Yeah, he died. Yes, Leslie, that was precious. That's a great way to put it. Look at what I brought together. Isn't that incredible? Like, it's like, I just don't even know if people get how I feel about it. I do that whole gratitude thing. Even with living Tallahassee, even when it gives me a slight headache or, I have to take a deep breath. 76,000 people disagree with a couple. So I'm so good about it. I try really hard not to look at the few that get on me about a keyboard. A keyboard of all things to complain about me. That's where you're headed. It doesn't even bother me. Like, it's so funny to me. Yeah, monkey sex. Elegant, you I can't watch my hands. You could do the amazing like verbiage for monkey sex, breaking Max's bed. There is a whole, like, what do they call it? Not an LP, but what was the smaller album version? Not an LP. Was it an SP? Was it an SP? EP. It was an EP. So funny. Elegant is a rock star. Oh, here's someone else. I'm so shocked. Someone knows my number.
Call from
Lorraine.
Hi, Lorraine. Hi, Lorraine. This is Patty Wilson with Patty's Playhouse. How are you?
Hi, Patty. I just wanted to say hi to Murder and Eric and Lolly and Mia. And I really love these guys.
I do
And
too.
Tater's not on tonight.
Who's not on?
Tater.
No. Well, with Tater went earlier. Yeah, I got to be careful how I use my hands because it messes with the camera. Who would have ever thought of doing that with a webcam? But yeah, thank you so much. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, but I like listening a lot better than typing. I don't type so good.
Aw, bless your heart.
But it's really great. I love being part of this chat. Everyone is just so sweet.
They really are.
So
where do you
yeah.
live? What part of the country or where are you?
I live in Ohio.
Northern, southern?
Well, not right outside of Akron.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I have a client that just moved there. We sold their house. They moved. He works outside of Akron, like a little south of it. And they're in a small town, like about 45 minutes south of that.
Ah, probably Canton.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes.
I have a niece that lives down there.
Yeah, I had to find a title agent, not a title agent, a notary. And I found the Swedish notary to sign their closing documents. And it was just fabulous.
Yeah, I used to be a notary, but I gave it up when I retired.
That's an easy gig. I mean, I don't know how much you get paid. I do it for free. I'm a notary. I do it.
Yeah, I always did it for free too.
But she had to travel a little bit, and so she did it. And I asked her, I was like, how much do you charge? She goes, anywhere from $20. I'm like, I'm not having you drive an hour for $20. That's crazy. So I paid her $100, and she was like, ah. And I just Venmoed it so she wouldn't have to cut it with anybody. But yeah, super nice lady. This client of mine and their friends, I coach the wife. They love it up there. I'm shocked. Like it's
it's nice up here in this area.
You
don't get the
really flat.
Yeah. I feel sorry for Elegant being down there in North Carolina. That has to be horrifying down there.
It really is.
But
I think a lot of it, I know the military's going in and the Army Corps of Engineers is going in and building the roads now.
Oh, that's good. That's real good.
So,
well, I just want to tell you how much I enjoy your show.
Thank you.
I really enjoy it, Patty. Don't give it up, and ignore anyone that has anything negative to say. That's
we're always
their
going to
problem.
have that, Lorraine. Everyone's good. You can't have, like I said last time, this many hours of live and any more than 20 people without a complaint. It just is the life. So
no, that's probably true. People always want to say negative things.
Well, I have a question.
Do you ignore them?
Do you follow football?
A little bit. So I say, go Eagles.
Yeah. That's what I wanted to hear, Lorraine. Well, thank you for
That's
calling.
right.
It's so sweet of you. Really is.
Okay, Patty. It was great for you to take my call. I appreciate it. And everybody, I love you, and keep writing. You're very entertaining.
Thank you. Well, stick with us. Okay, stick with us.
All right. Good night.
What did Murder write about something like he wrote? Like, I'm surprised they are calling. Like, who is this? Well, it's not something I do every day. So, what's the album name? Murder? I missed it. It was nice to hear her voice, wasn't it, Susan? I'm finished with the detention center playlist album. It's great. Please like and subscribe. Thank you, Debbie, for mentioning that. Mia album title is Shock Collar. God. Not sand in your cooch? I mean, really, that really does. Really? Whew. It's got to breathe, lady. I have to breathe. That is just so, I know, that is so funny to me. Sand in my cooch. You're in Akron too. That's right, Mr. Cleveland Browns. Someone's calling.
Call from.
Hi, this is Patty Wilson with Patty's Playhouse. Oh, I lost somebody.
What?
Oh,
No?
Hold on one second. I'm declining someone else's call.
What?
Hi, this is Patty speaking. Who am I talking to?
Max.
Max.
You're
How
talking
you
to Max.
doing? So whoever was calling
Listen,
in, just give us a few minutes and call back. How you doing, Max?
Good. I don't want to hijack your topic. I mean, I really was racking my brain about the mob mentality. And really, I think that ties into your thread you had on Reddit this week about, how you were accused. Anyway.
Oh, yeah. I mean, people just lose your mind. They just lose their mind.
I just
go ahead.
like you're very short with how you word things in a thread. You're very brief, and that's good. That's almost like a reporter in you. But I wondered if you could elaborate more on what happened.
Okay, what did I say? Because there's been so much. Let me go back to the thread. Hold on.
Yeah, no, I have to go back too. But I mean, it's right in that first sentence. It is right on.
You mean for the record?
Yes.
Oh, for the record, it just came to me. Someone came to me and said that either Katie Cool Lady or one of her fangirls said that I had said that I didn't care about Ruth Markel or her opinion. So that was completely taken out of context. What I had said was 2 different times. The major one was during the rash bomb situation let's go to the first one. The first one was Wendy. So I was making fun of Wendy's red dress that she wore to the synagogue for her son.
Yeah, like who?
For mitzvah. And people in the chat were saying, Ms. Markel asked us not to do that. And I was like, I don't care. Like, I'm going to make fun of this woman. So I don't know at that point if that was even a real thing. I do know that they were like, look, her children could be watching or something. They're not watching me. Okay. I find that very hard to believe. So, I mean, I understand her point of view with her grandchildren, but in the end, my whole, from the beginning, was making fun of Wendy. Like, I made fun of her kitchen, her bathroom, her shower. Like, I made fun of Wendy. Like, that was my shtick at the beginning. So I was like, I'm not stopping because it offends that sensibility. I mean, it's just, I wouldn't do it. It's like, if I were a stand-up comedian and I were writing a joke about Wendy, which I would love to be a stand-up if anyone wants to write me jokes, then I just don't know how to write. I would absolutely not stop with the joke. She writes her own jokes. So I was like, I'm not stopping that. The second time was Dan Rashbaum. He blew up. I mean, we know one of our subscribers here was in the elevator when Rashbaum says, Donna doesn't know it, but I'm about to quit, basically, to paraphrase. And I mean, it was just horrendous. So I had asked, after the meet and greet, I asked Susan to go to coffee. Susan, True Lifestyles channel. Very nice. I mean, I still think she's a nice girl. I think she is a sheep. That is what I believe.
She cannot. Wait, talking about the girl that what's it that was confused for truth? The true.
No.
Wait, I cannot hear you.
So True Lifestyles is Susan. She has
Oh,
a channel.
okay, there you go.
She's out of Jack.
Oh, okay. Wait, I don't know why I'm losing you. Yeah, True Lifestyles. Okay.
So I asked her
It's
at the
not
meet,
going to camp,
right.
but okay.
I asked her at the meet and greet, after that whole debacle with Rashbam, to go to coffee, and she agreed. And I said, this is when it came about, Debbie Martin, I have gifts for you. And I would like to give them because I forgot them that night. So I invited her to coffee. I was going to buy her coffee. We're in an open air area right on Monroe Street.
Right.
Super cute location. And we're outside. And that's when she brought up, she spoke before she should have. She invited me to go to happy hour with Katie Cool Lady. And I guess a couple other people were going.
That is the wrong name, but yeah. Yeah, you
So
know.
her real name's Susan something, I forget. And I was like, look, I don't think she would want me there. I just have a feeling I was right. I mean, she just didn't like me from the start. So I said, would you please ask her? I said, I would go for you, Susan. You're very kind to me, but I want you to check with Kathy because I just don't believe that she would want me present. So she said, okay, that's odd, but I'll ask. And Katie Cool Lady came back with, she should not come because, and this is a quote from Kathy to Susan. Now, we all know that this was a complete lie. Ruth is upset with you because you turned in a bar complaint on Daniel Rashbaum. And I sat there and go, what? I mean, this is me, fresh ears, right? I was like, what? Why would she care? Like, why would that be a thing? I'm like, I literally said to Susan, is that a Jewish thing? Like, is that it? Like, is it just,
Is Cool Lady Jewish? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, because Susan's Jewish. And she goes, well, it's not a Jewish thing. I said, then why would she care? That's the oddest thing. I said, I got to say, if Miss Markel, that's what I call her, Ms. Markel, I don't know her personally. I said, if Ms. Markel said that, I'm still not stopping. In fact, I don't care what her opinion is about it. I live in this town. We paid for this trial, and I'm going to turn him in, and I already did it, and I'm not changing it. And I said, but if she didn't say it, that is one twisted, sick thing to do. And Susan's like, I'm a little dramatic. Susan's like, well, I mean, that's what she said. It's right here. Like, she pulled up her phone. The poor girl was in the middle. And I said, well, originally Susan said she wasn't going to go to the party. And then she turned around and said, oh, I have to tell you the truth. So that's what happened. And that's when she told me about Katie Cool Lady. And I was like, she did what? I mean, I'll never forget it. Like, I was sitting there going, what in the world? Why would I said, that is the most sick and twisted thing I have ever heard. If this is a lie, I'm going to take it. Like, I'm going to make it public.
Well, it's the typical control the narrative. She wants to edge you out and keep her lane clear.
Right. So fine, dandy. I was like, I'm leaving now. I paid the bill and I left. And that was the last time I talked to Susan because, I made it all public on the YouTube. But I didn't say I don't care about Ruth Markel's opinion. I never said that. What I said was, if she really said, don't go after Rashbaum, I don't give a shit. I'm going after Rashbaum. Like, that is not,
of course.
It is what he did. The lady in the elevator, who I know, I don't want to keep saying her name. The lady in the elevator, not telling his client before he announces it to a group in an elevator. Waiting till the last, it gets me so upset. So I'm just not going to do that. But it is like absurd. And then to sit there and quote Ruth Markel, which was a complete lie.
Right.
I mean, that is a sick and twisted woman. And it just is. So that was my point. And someone was taking it out of context that I didn't care about Ruth Markel. Are you high? I go to the freaking courtroom because I care about the Markel family.
I hear you, but Patty, do you understand? Like that text she sent to her, that was just like a little piece, a little glimmer of how Kathy takes these stories, builds whole entire stories to slam down on somebody to direct other people away from them or take what they have, whatever.
So yeah, and Susan was in the middle, and she didn't ask to be in the middle, and I have no problem with her. I felt bad for her, but I do believe that she knew Katie or whatever. I don't care. Their relationship literally is meaningless to me. But whatever it was, the girl sat there and said to me with all sincerity, I cannot lie to you. And I said, well, that's good. And I said it just like that. And then she read it, and I was like, I'm not offended about not going to a happy hour. Those aren't my gigs anyway. I don't like to drink in front of people I don't know. I don't like being out in front of people I don't know. I mean, people can twist and say whatever they want. And I have enough self-awareness for that I don't do it. I don't go out to these things when I can't control my environment so that you can turn around and say, I said, oh, you don't care about Ruth Markel. It's the exact same reason I don't go to happy hour. So I'm a grown woman. I just don't do it. And nothing ever ends well for me. If it just isn't a good idea. So I just have too much to lose in this town. It's just, you're not getting my face like that. And I was right. I was completely right.
You were right. I know.
So,
you were
but
right.
Susan was like, I cannot lie to you. Well,
I mean, we're all grown adults.
right. And
Yeah,
I was like, well, good for you,
yourself.
because you shouldn't lie to anybody. But she didn't want to hurt my feelings. And for that, I'm eternally grateful that she told me the truth. And she probably hated the fact that she ever met me, but I'm still eternally grateful that this child told me the truth. And when I said, is this a Jewish thing that somebody would like, don't get my tribe, like don't hurt my people? Because that, a lot of people feel that way. Like, let one of us do it. You don't do it. That kind of thing. Fine. It's not changing. I'm here in this town paying for this trial, and she's not. So I'm
right.
And no one is. I mean, the people of Leon County and the state of Florida paid for this trial. So that kind of attitude, I was like, why would you? But I said to Susan straight up, my legs were crossed. I was probably 15 pounds heavier. And I said, that is the most sick and twisted thing I've ever heard. And that is.
Well, let me point out something else to you. In another thread on Reddit, one posted by STTR, you know who I mean?
Yes.
Okay. So he posted one, and he gave a link to where the True that you're talking about, this girl, she was filming, and she was walking around an area where people were all sitting, and she came on you you were one of the first people, and you actually, I mean, I was just mesmerized watching you talk, and you're very intelligent, very succinct. And then finally she was done, and she walked away from you, and she's walking, and who comes rushing up but Katie Cool Lady comes rushing up and starts, blah, 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 I'm going to have so-and-so on my show. And, or it could be your show if you want, but anyway, they're going to be there, and you should be there, but here it is, you're sitting there, and she comes up to you. She seeks you out and finds you and talks to you, and, you're so articulate, so intelligent, and you're so relaxed. And then she's moving away from the table, and here comes full in the face this crazy woman. I mean, that's what she looks like, with the eyelashes all blinged out. It is, I mean, anyone watching that would go, who is this person? Where's the energy coming from?
Yeah, she wasn't. When I walked in, Max, and I was invited, but I was invited by Susan, and which is fine. I mean, I was like, okay, I'll go. It's fine. If I didn't go, that would have been fine too, because I'm the kind of person that I sat in my truck for 15 minutes before I walked into that room. because I know you just kind of have a feeling when you're walking into a room that you shouldn't probably be walking into. Like, it's just automatic. You feel the mood. But people were happy to see me, and I therefore was happy to be there. As soon as I walked up on the porch, people were like, that's Patty. That's Patty. It's so nice. I mean, it's really a nice thing. And then I figured out where the room was, and I walked back. I've never been to that restaurant. I walked back, and these people were so kind and welcoming. I'm not kidding. Max, they were like, there's Patty. And you could just see the woman's face fall. She, again, this is only the second time I would have really met her. The first time was at Tim Jansen's office, which I've described. And then this, like, she didn't talk to anybody at the courthouse. She sat in the corner, like she said. And so, and this is, you know, for Charlie's trial. So, but when I walked in, you just saw, my eyes were cued on her. And you could just tell. If I had fallen on my face and cracked my neck, she would have been happy. Because the room, the whole mood of the room changed.
Wow.
That's never happened. I've never walked into a room and it changed. Like, I'm usually like, I shouldn't even
walk
be
into
here.
my bedroom after she's been there. Yeah.
Okay. I'm like, it was so nice.
But,
There were probably 10 people there, and all those 10 people knew who I was, and they were just so kind. And that's how I took it. And then the whole night, and then that's, you know, after that, that's when the Jansen, the phone thing with Aaron, Fancy Fiction, and I was like, these people are, this is not my tribe. Like, these aren't people I would hang out with. And Tim Jansen, I fessed up, like, Tim, you know, you were my attorney. He's like, yeah, ha ha. And he asked, like, how did you pick the attorney? And I was like, because you had the back cover of the phone book. So I knew I needed a good attorney, and to be a good attorney, you have to be able to afford the back cover of the phone book. So I paid for the back cover of the phone book. And he's like, good, that was a smart move. And so we just yucked up because I don't care. I don't care what other people's thing is about me. And that's hard for some personalities to take. It just is. But I'm aware of it. And, you know, I went home. They were singing like in the parking lot, which is fine. That's nothing. But I'm like, these people, it's not my tribe. Like, I'm not going to be singing in a parking lot and be on film. It's just never happening. But they did, and they were all getting along. And I was like, night. And that was it.
It's just too efforting. Do you know what I mean by efforting? Like, they have to keep making the next effort, and it's always got to escalate higher and higher.
Yeah, I guess. I don't really.
And to me, that's where it levitates to an area of fantasy instead of reality. But anyway.
Well, someone's asking me a question. Deb C. She goes, I understand why Patty feels grateful to Susan. I would have reacted the same way because I appreciate with someone, I don't know her well, but she is pretty demure. Like, she's a quiet girl, and it would be awkward to tell someone you don't know that I invited you, but now I have to disinvite you. And she did it in an honest way instead of lying. Originally, she was like, oh, I don't think I have the right clothes, so I'm not going to go. You know how she talks. I'm not going to go. I just don't think I'm tired. I was like, what? I mean, that just didn't sound right. And then, because, I mean, girls come in with some party clothes. Like, there was no way she didn't drive over from Jacksonville and not bring something to go to happy hour.
You
like,
did, detective. Oh, my God.
There's no way that didn't happen. So, but when she said, I have to tell you the truth, I am always grateful for somebody who will step out, tell the truth when it's awkward, or they think they're going to hurt my feelings because she didn't know me. So that's why I'm grateful for her. And it's grateful then because now I know the kind of person. It wasn't just in my head who this woman was. I know who this woman was. If you are going to take a murder victim's words, twist them into a sick knot, and express them in writing, you are a sick person. That's it.
That's great. totally agree.
I don't know. April's asking, what happened to Crime and Coffee Lady? I don't know, but that's a good question. I'm going to ask her. I'm going to go out to her. But anyway, that's my thing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just not,
And
I don't know. I just don't know.
yeah, I don't know, but I do know.
So people want to hear more about the bed. Can you tell the story about the bed?
Okay, so Kathy and John were staying at my house during Thanksgiving.
Kathy is a
And
pretty cool
they
lady, and John is her
Yeah.
second husband. He's a slight man.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And wait, Yeehaw, or what is her name? Yeehaw?
Yes.
Yellow. I can't pronounce that. Anyway, she said Kathy is so asexual. No, Kathy is not asexual. Far from it. Far from it. But anyway, so let's get back to the bed. They were bringing some stuff from Arizona, my half of the stuff from the craft room, because she had cleared out her condo to sell it. And her and John were driving, and Mississippi's kind of on the way to Pennsylvania, I guess. But anyway, so I guess it is actually. So anyway, they were gonna stay a couple of days, and I let them have my room. I was renting a house at that time, and there were actually 3 bedrooms, but one, it didn't have a bed in there, and the other was a treatment room. So my room, and I slept on the couch in the living room. So about, I would say 3 a.m, I am woken up to Kathy kneeling beside the couch saying, Max, wake up. We broke your bed. And I was like, what? So sure enough, we go in there, and so I go in there, and my bed is totally at an angle because the legs, it was a high bed. I don't know why I like those high off the ground beds. I always just have, and it's king size, and I'm a small person, so it was really ridiculous. But here's this huge bed at an angle, kind of like a boat half sunk. And, the legs had broken on an angle. So anyway, I had to go out in the backyard, and John and I looked for brick to put under there to fix it till in the morning. But yeah, who knows what happened on that bed. All I can say is I slept through it until she woke me up. Yeah.
And then what was your gut reaction? Was your gut reaction, get the hell out of my house, or what?
It was 3 a.m. I mean, first I was
you were tired.
thinking brick the bed. But it really hurt my eyes to see my bed in that kind of shape because I was really happy about it. I mean, it was a new one that I had just gotten.
My God.
I'd gone from queen bed to king because I thought,
was it king bed she busted?
I don't need a king. Why should I have a king? But I don't know. I just wanted one. So
she busted a king size bed.
No, a king. I used to have a king.
Asking, they don't know, how did you meet Kathy? They're like, what is your relationship?
Oh, it was through the Court TV message board during the David Westerfield trial. And I had just become a new poster, and I was asking questions, and some woman was coming along behind me trying to shut me up, saying, we've already discussed this. Why are you raising these questions? So that led to private messaging, there on Court TV, and phone numbers exchanged, because she said, I wanted to explain, I really wanted her to understand. I'm not saying the guy is not guilty. I am just trying to figure out how this puzzle got put in place, And so anyway, we went to phone call, and from there we just started talking. Of course, one of the first things I heard about, one of the first things she revealed to me was her sister, what had happened to her sister. And I don't know, there's a lot of empathy that enters the mind.
So that was one of the first things she ever mentioned? What year is this?
Oh, yeah. 2002
So it had been
or 2001. It was 2001 or 2002. I can't remember
almost
which.
20 years. And the first thing that comes out of your mouth is my sister's murdered. Like the first 10 things.
Well, first, not the very first words, but I would say in that first phone call, we first started talking, and she said, things like, she says, she told me about her background and all that. And, why are you laughing? You're laughing at something. Okay.
Well, Murder
Well,
wants to
anyway,
know if we can work out the species of wood, he could calculate an approximate breaking velocity.
Oh my God! Murdered by Maestro is so fantastic. Oh my God! What a sense of humor. Perfect and intelligent. Well, anyway, one of the early on things she said to me was, she paused and said, "Your voice. There's something about your voice. I feel like we were meant to meet, like we're important to each other's lives somehow." And yeah, it was, and here's the thing. I was fresh off a breakup, 5 years I had been with a girl, and that had, severed, and I was pretty fresh off a breakup and just kind of looking to restart some things. One of my professors had stolen a research idea from me, and he called me into the office. He said, "I'm taking your idea and I'm offering you one of my two." So he said, "I'm taking, the latent semantic analysis, and you can have your choice of hyperbole." And I can't remember the second one he named, but I was so upset I quit school on the spot. I mean, well, really, I went to see this other, she's a master's student, and she said it happens all the time. Professors are constantly stealing research ideas because they need it for the grants. So anyway, that's neither here nor there. I mean, I just felt kind of wrecked at the moment is what I'm saying. Like everything came crashing down, school, girlfriend, all that. So here I am talking to Kathy, and not only do I hear this person, that was so open to, talking, it was a weird thing, like kind of like a blank canvas, and somebody there also painting. That's why, actually, Patty, that's why years later, it had a great meaning to me when she and I were doing a painting, and we were timing every 10 minutes. We would switch paintings, and then, work on the other painting. To me, it was kind of like we'd always had that kind of groove with each other. We had an unspoken kind of rhythm, of looking at things. And she had a knack for opening my eyes to things I never, ever encountered. I'd been to Arizona, just passing through. It felt like I had a pull there. And then when she said she's in Arizona, I said, well, I did make that promise to myself. If I ever didn't know what to do with my life, I'd go out there and see what that poll was about. So it just worked out, things aligned, and there was such an ease to it. But what happened that's one thing. But then to come straight into the Peterson trial being one of the first major events of our friendship, and how that took twists and turns, where she turned on me, it became not at all. I mean, talk about a polarizing experience where you're just thrown one way and then the polarized shift to a whole nother galaxy. It was really quite strange. But anyway.
So you've known her forever. And my first call-in show over New Year's Eve, which was absolutely hilarious. I mean, it went on till like hours in the morning. And you called, and I was like, oh my God. Because remember, I was searching for you. Like I found you on the Facebook and stuff, but I never have the nerve to actually reach out to anybody. People would think I do, but I do not. I don't want to interrupt people's lives with, their past, even though I know their past. It's So I didn't, and there you were, and I was like, get out. It was
Right.
crazy. It was crazy. Just like elegant calling. I was like, are you serious? So
But you know what?
elegant. Go ahead.
This recent thing that has been put up by Kimberly
Yeah.
or whatever her name is.
Kimberlia.
Yeah, Kimberly. Yes. I had forgotten all about the Price is Right part. I forgot all about it until I saw it. And, you know, Kathy has told me this story about her sister so many times in different parts of it. And I am going to tell you that right there, those cameras being on, and the cameras being on her sister specifically, you know, the sister
She
being the
was
one to go up.
the sister had the
Watching
look.
that,
The sister definitely has the looks.
yeah, the look, she's a star. She's got the energy. She's got,
She was very photogenic,
yeah,
very photogenic.
exactly.
So just 1 second,
So,
Max. 1 second. Wilt. He says, Wilt 3. I say Wilt like Wilt Chamberlain. So I don't know if it's a guy or girl, but I'm going to call you a guy. I'm guessing her husband is the source of the money. It is not. So
oh my God, hell no.
was a professor, but he
No.
inherited money. So there's a trust fund that she lives off of. That's basically it. There's a trust fund. So the husband doesn't really work, does he?
I mean, he works part-time.
Female. Sorry, Wilt. Couldn't help it.
So what? Oh, well.
Wilt's a female, but I always think of Wilt
I'm very
Chamberlain.
rarely.
It's my thing.
Oh, Wilt is female. All right. Well,
Yeah.
don't Wilt.
So people have questions. Hold on.
Yep.
Hold on 1 second. I have to be careful what I say, but I definitely had clinical thoughts watching that YouTube channel during its final stretch. Yeah, I know. Very glam psychologist. Deep Sea says, oh, brother, bed legs broken at a friend's home. I cannot even imagine. Like, I just cannot even imagine. I would just die.
I mean,
somebody is asking,
you know,
and you don't have to answer this. You do not have to answer. I already know the answer. But were you like girlfriend, girl? Like, were you in a romantic relationship with KCL?
I would say that was tried for a bit, and it was not a success on either one of our ends. I'm going to sound really horrible when I say this, and you're going to think less of me, I know. But it is really hard to be with a woman so much bigger than me. I can't do it. I mean, there's no position. There's just, you can't.
So
it was not a fit.
So Max,
I mean, I
wouldn't be with a man who was so much smaller than me. I mean, it's the same idea. Why? It's not different from woman to man. It's the same.
I just, yeah.
How do you crush a guy? Like,
I could see how men would go for her. I mean, but again, there's a lost language between what attracts or what goes on between straight people and what goes on between lesbian people,
right?
Or gays. So, like, for example, when I was sitting out back on her patio smoking a cigarette, and she pressed her naked breast into the sliding glass door, and I looked and I thought, okay, somebody's trying to get my attention. But I mean, no, it was not the prettiest sight. I mean, I get it. You know.
Well, you would think she's never had children. So, it's not like she was someone's wet nurse. You would think that she would have a little bit more elasticity than she does, but she doesn't. So, somebody asked.
I don't know about that. I don't know that. She does have big breasts.
Leslie
said, into the sliding glass door, it was something.
Leslie's 5'9" and her husband's 6'4". I'm 5'10" and my husband's 6'3". So it's that idea. I'm with you. I dated one guy who was shorter than me. Oh my God, he was so cute. But he was shorter than me. It would never have been a thing. It just isn't happening.
Yeah, it just couldn't be a thing. I mean, okay, there was another time. I'll tell you something. She was always checking I always felt like, and I'm just going to say from my opinion, She was always checking. On Court TV, it was like her own little fishing pond. And, the guys in there, she would chat them up. And the first thing she would say is, "Oh, you have a house? Show me a picture of your house." She's fishing. So anyway, I caught her at it. I was coming up the stairs. She's at the top of the stairs in that first room. She's all leaned into the, computer screen. I know she's into something. So I come walking in the room and I see who she's chatting with and what they're doing. I see the picture of the house, and I see the little flirty whatever. And I just turned around and left. When I came back, she was in this robe and she just went back to the room to offer herself. But see, that's not sexy to me. That's not me. I mean, I get it that a lot of people think, just offering it up like meat and potatoes might be awesome, but it's not to me. I just wasn't there. And I just wasn't there. I didn't pick up what she was laying down, and she didn't. We had different language. I just put it to you like that. So no, it didn't last very long. It was an attempt, but no, it was a failed attempt. Meat and potatoes, yeah. But I mean, to me, that she made it look like straight sex was just meat and potatoes. I mean, okay, wait. When I was building out my spa, and I mean building it out, I had, before I graduated estheology, I had rented out this big office area, torn out the ceiling, all the wires from the entire building dropped, torn out all the rugs, stained the concrete, put up new walls, 5 sinks, 2 bathrooms, and a shower later. I mean, it was work. One day I come walking in, or one night, and Kathy's sitting on the couch with this guy, and they're drinking, and they're all into each other. And I was thinking, see, I stayed at Kathy's while I was going through estheology. I don't know if I said that, but yeah, when I was in school, that 6 months I was in school. But anyway, so I moved out right after this. So that guy, I can tell you that, it just looked like they were about to have drunk sex, and I didn't want to be anywhere around it. So I went straight up to my room, locked the door. I was exhausted, really, but I didn't even want to take a shower with that guy in the house. I mean, it became perplexing, I had to figure this out and get out of there. So that was really a seal the deal. That night, there was somebody tapping on, or, knocking on my door. And they kept knocking on it. And I thought, maybe it's that guy. And I thought to myself, no, you're not coming in. So I was actually talking to Megan. We were typing back and forth. So anyway, on the computer. The next morning, I find out it was Kathy. She was trying to come in. There was a half bag of eaten crackers in my bathroom, and she wanted to come in because she knew that guy would want to have sex in the morning. And he did, but she didn't want to have to be there to give that. And I was thinking, I'm not opening myself to risk. I know that makes me look bad, but I mean, Patty, come on. Would you open that door to risk?
I'd open the door, but he would have been rearranged. His penis would have been rearranged. Who the fuck is that? Like, I'm just not doing that.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't have a weapon. It just, I was starting to have, I got out of there, I think that week. Maybe the next day. I can't even remember. It was very quick. But
was this a webcam that she was doing? That's what Leslie's asking question. Was this a webcam for her? Did you hear me?
Oh, was she offering a webcam?
Yeah, was she doing a webcam video or something? I think they can't understand.
Do I have a webcam video?
No. Was KCL?
I don't have a webcam.
Okay. we'll move on because I don't think we're getting it right. But Lolly's saying you're bringing all the receipts.
Well, it's just my
There's a
experiences
question
and
or a
things that are
statement.
pivotal moments, you know.
Rosemary has a question. Does anyone remember when she told the story when she was having an affair with a reporter from Current Affair? Which I remember a Current Affair. No.
Yeah, I can just say that. Yeah, she likes any guy that is confident. I asked Ted. I remembered this maybe a week ago, Patty, but I asked Ted, how did you get her? Or what? When he was talking about, we went down on the beach and I said, so why? And he said, she just was drinking and started, ranging her body. And I'm telling you, right when he said it, I flashed on breast pressed into the sliding glass window. It is that same, no, not that she did that to him, but just that it was that same type of thing, offering up.
Yeah. Ted, like in the end was really a victim. The man, and he wasn't going to stand down to her either, right? Like she went at him and he wasn't going to stand.
He wanted $35, $135 was his crime, Jeez.
People are now going to write a song about the broken bed.
The broken bed. Well, I've ended up taking those legs off my bed because, and putting different ones on, but shorter ones. But yeah.
Well,
about her inheritance, Leslie, I don't know what her inheritance would be because her dad was also kind of on a short leash, I don't know. I just don't know that I buy that. I think she lives off the trust fund. Yeah.
The trust fund.
I think.
But she sold a condo. She sold a condo in Arizona to help her buy. But the time period when her father died and when she bought the lake house is very small. Very small time. And when she sold the condo. Yeah. And why do I know this? Because I research everything.
Exactly. So she's still got the house in Lewisburg or whatever that her dad bought. And then she's got the other one from the condo. Where's all this extra money that she supposedly inherited? Because believe me, if she had it, she would live in such a mansion. She'd have 10 grand a month electric bill or 30 grand. Because, she, more is more with her.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I think there is really, and I only go so far because mental health is a problem, but she clearly has mental health issues. I'm not diagnosing her. I'm not a mental health professional, but you can be pro sexuality and not do that, be that free. And it's not even a judgment. It's just a health issue. God. It's a health issue. It's not just her. There's a lot of women and men like that. And I'm like, they're talking about right now because of in the United States, U.S. aid, and they're stopping the condom sale to Afghanis or to Hamas, but they weren't using them for having sex. They were using them to build bombs. But now this World Health Organization lady is out there. And she's a big one too. She's bigger than me. And she's like, but these people, it's the AIDS. Lady, it's not the AIDS. It's the bombs. But I'm like, you can buy your own, but people should wear condoms. So I'm a big proponent of that when you're going to be prolific in your sexuality, which do it. I'm a libertarian. I could care less, but don't be breaking someone's bed over it.
Yeah, she never paid anything for that. She's not one to be accountable really for anything, but.
Yeah, she has bragged about her dad's wealth. She has in the blog that she had that now is private. No. Can't blame her. And the beach house in Miami, which is monkey something. So she definitely brags, which is fine. It's her money. It's her inheritance. I'm not judging it.
I think she spends a lot of money on her following, buying these bots from YouTube
Do you think she bought
to make it look like she. Hell yeah, don't you?
No, I didn't know you could do that on the YouTube.
Oh my God, it's all over the Reddit thread. It's all over the DC. I think it was, oh my God, was it, oh my God, I can't think of the name. But yeah, they found all the stuff on it. It's easy to find. You're a researcher, Patty.
I am, but I really don't know. I mean, bots aren't something I partake in. I'm not spending my money on fakeness. That's just never happening.
No, but
you will get
but
turned off. Like if they find out, like I remember with Instagram, people were buying bots and then they were locked out forever. They had like 15,000 and they're gone. So I don't buy fake.
There's legitimate things that are done on YouTube, but they cost money. They cost a lot of money. Last thing, I just want to bring up this thing on Kimberlia, where she talks about, I've only gotten halfway through it, but I have to say I was taken aback that it didn't cover the fact that Kathy was made to come back to Arizona because she was a suspect and needed to be cleared, just because the first thing they do is clear. No, my point is, can you imagine, to me, that's the human element. Can you imagine trying to navigate your sister's death and navigate your own position in, I didn't do it, I mean, that would be so difficult to have to, I don't know, just those things stand out. But anyway.
You can buy views. Like you can buy views.
Do what?
Murder's saying you can buy views too, but I'm not sure you could. I didn't know you could.
You
so
can buy followers, views, subscribers. Yeah, you can buy subscribers and views. Yeah.
So Rosemary's saying they're both retired. No, they're not. She's never had a job long enough to get a pension. Like you have to work 20 years or so.
She wrote a whole story.
Yeah,
about
she
retiring
doesn't have that. I don't have it. I don't have a pension. I have whatever savings I have. So
no, she didn't. Oh my God, sold her business. No. I don't know why she lies about all that.
So Julia says my real wood, all things, IKEA frame didn't hold up to adult activity for non-overweight people. What Kimberly okay, so recently, and I shared it, but it's way back in the thread. Kimberly has the Cindy Monkman murder. Like she does an hour on it. It's good. I thought it was very well done. I didn't finish it because I had to work, but I thought it was very well done. Yala said she has 1,000 views now. She has less than 1,000 people. So I doubt she's buying views, right? I mean, she's clearly not now. So
yeah.
I wonder if she would get the credits for Social Security. If she paid self-employment tax, she would have.
Yeah. I just think that she wanted to write the story, about her retiring, quote unquote, but really it was just, she went to her dad and said, you didn't have to work this late in life. Why am I having to? I can't do it anymore. I need my trust fund increased. And he did. So that's that.
But
it's kind of like John's retirement. John's retiring from what? A part-time job? I don't get it. How these, all the fakery. See, here's why, Patty, here's why people flock to you. Because you're real.
Thank you.
So anyway,
I've
tied up so much here.
Another question is posted. Are you still in contact with Kathy?
Not at all. Not at all. The last time I talked to her was 2018. And I closed the chapter.
Bless your heart. I know it wasn't easy.
Best thing I ever did. I mean, once you realize it's a cycle, I mean, literally a cycle that will keep coming around and will keep coming around. So there's always going to be a new murder trial. There's always going to be that thing that really takes her into, you know, the most manic, horrible, you know, version of herself. And oh, Mia, you are the best girl. Right back at you. Love you. Anyway, yeah. See, Kathy is just, see, I don't know where this is going, Patty, but keep an eye on it because Kathy does keep escalating. We've seen it. You know it. And you've seen it in person. You've seen her in person, in action. You've seen enough glimpses to know where this is going. It's predictable.
Well, she's escalating by misquoting me in regards to Ruth Markel. I mean, that is an escalation. I never said that.
Yeah. I know that. See, that was her really coming at you.
I mean, but it's a fact. Like, I mean, people can twist, but I have hours of videos saying the opposite. So it is what it is.
Creative Minds says, Max, what does that mean? What is Creative Minds asking about?
Hold on 1 second. I'm sorry. What does that mean? Creative Minds, could you ask the question again?
Oh, never. I never went on any chat rooms. No, I'm way too shy for that. I don't know.
Here's a question. What do you think of John? Like, what was your opinion of him?
Initially, I mean, when I met him, I was taller than him, which is really saying something because I'm only 5'3.5". So I was taller than him. So that was really saying something. I don't think I'd ever met a man that I was taller than until him. But
what?
Initially,
Whoa. Repeat that? You're taller than him?
Yes.
He's like a little candy size.
No, he's more like 5'2". 5'2", people. 5'2". And he uses these blocks in the car so his feet can reach the pedals, you know. But anyway, yeah.
What?
5'2".
He
So
has to reach the pedals?
Well, you know, he has these blocks. His feet touch the block and the block touch the pedal. Yeah. Haven't you ever wondered how he looks so tall sitting in the driver's seat? Yeah. He's sitting on stuff and he's got, you know, these blocks strapped to the brake and the gas pedal. Well, at least that's what I saw back in 2017 for Thanksgiving. So anyway, yeah. But my initial reaction was I had only been told he was an empath, and you know, I try to give everybody benefit of a doubt. And also I have to say that when they were dating, she kept saying that when they would have an argument, they would hang up the phone angry with each other. And the next day, 100%, this guy would call her and say, I meditated on this overnight. I went into my prayer, my cards, did all this stuff. And I am in complete agreement with you. I can now see it from your perspective. Like, I don't know, like a religious moment. And, you know, so anyway, I am just saying that I thought to myself, my God, you're just lining yourself up to be a doormat for the rest of the marriage, you know, start to finish. Get used to that role, buddy. So I had a little sympathy for the little guy, for him. But, you know, I mean, I could see there was potential for good in him, you know, but wow, this that you see, the very first thing they did was all those. Did you guys see all those weird facial expressions they make? I mean, with the teeth poking out the front, making that face. You know what I'm talking about. That, I really thought that was, Kathy, they took pictures of it, and everywhere they went, it was all over Facebook. I mean, I couldn't look at her page because of those facial expressions. And I can tell you that, I mean, it gets old really quick. Man, I do see these questions coming up. Sorry, I'm rambling on.
Had you ever had your life read in a tarot card?
Never.
I went to one once. Nothing.
Did? What was it like? Tell me.
Well, it was entertaining because that's what it was, but absolutely nothing like me. I was like, "Oh, thank you," and left. I mean, like, it was really nice. There was like a little, what do I say? What are they called? Like psycho, whatever they are. Anyway, like this little, what is it called? Where they have like the little fair, like not even a fair, but they have like all their wares out, like a little art show, but it was for like tarot card and the rocks and that kind of thing. So I drug my husband, Chris, to it, and it was packed. I mean, the thing was packed.
Wow.
I was like, oh my God. I was like, this is a marketing genius here. These people must be making that's all I think of. Like, these people must be making a fortune on selling shined rock and tarot cards. People were lining up. I said, Chris, I'm doing it. I just want to do the experience. So I paid my $20 and I sat there.
Talk about mob mentality. Okay,
and it was so interesting because she was so sincere. She was like, this card is this part of your life. And I was like, and I said, well, thank you. And I've learned so much. And then I just left. She was really, she was a lovely person. But I was like, this is fascinating. Was absolutely incredible. But there were a lot of tarot card readers. And I personally wanted handwriting analysis because my handwriting is pathetic. And I was like, maybe someone can tell me more about this. So funny.
Right.
But no.
Wow.
No handwriting expert.
But John seemed like, a decent guy, and he was going along with everything. But the more he went along with, the more he lost himself. That's how I feel about it. I just feel like he got lost.
It was a
and now I don't recognize this John.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, this was enlightening, Max.
For the heart.
This was enlightening.
Oh, yeah. Well, thank you so much, and bye to everybody. See you guys later.
I am going to hang up with her and then change my phone to accepting calls. If one more person wants to call, if not, that's fine too. I have it on. Hit the like button. That's thank you very much, Jeannie. Thank you for the Jeannie gifted 5 memberships. Thank you for that too. It's very kind. She's 5'6". He's 5. Come on, how short are your legs that you have to use? I mean, I don't know what to say to that. That you have to use blocks because of your short. Maybe you should just buy a different car. I don't know that that's really safe to have the blocks unless you're like, actually, I knew a lady. I've talked about her before. She had polio and she had to have a little block on her car. You're 5'3" and don't need blocks. You're 5 foot. Get bigger shoes. I just don't know that that's safe. That was much longer I meant to call. You're fine, Max. People loved it. They love the juice. They love the juice. You don't need blocks. I don't need blocks. Although I rented a Jeep Wrangler, because my truck was in the body shop after the Uber chick hit it. And I thought about getting one, and I was like, don't do that, Patty. You wouldn't be happy because the seat just doesn't go back far enough. Like, I would have to have the seat moved. Melissa says, you were amazing, Max. I'm 5 foot, and my foot is a size 5. Crazy cruel lady would love me with all my 5. I didn't announce your names, but I did read the names. Very, very funny. Sandy Cooch lady, that was a good one. Maybe we can all submit a question in advance. Of course you could. Julia, oh man, I wish I was taller. 6 foot. Good for you. I'm so jealous. I'm 5'2". There's Wesley. Wesley John Holmes. That to me is so funny. I wonder where Joe Jordan is. Joseph Jordan. I enjoyed that as it all news to me. Thanks for sharing. I'm sorry to Law Bell. Yeah, the one we're talking about is not the one you were talking about. The nurse in the chat. I've had many readings. You love it. I think you have to go to someone who's truly talented. I don't think it's, at the fair. But it was $20 and it was entertaining, and that's the purpose. Paradise says, crack me out. It is. I'm 5'10", and I don't need, But I love the idea of a Wrangler. It was the 4-door Wrangler. It was an E version. It was a hybrid. It was horrible. The Hyundai Kona beat me on the road. Like, I have to have a true engine. That can't ever happen again. But the seat didn't go back far enough. I was utched. I was like all utched up like this. I was like, La Belle Vie. Yeah, I am. I am constantly aware of people being unstable in my life. Truly, I am. Past life regressions used to be a thing. Isn't that when Nancy Reagan was into that? Past life regressions? I think it was her. So many normal seeming people are just nuts. Everyone needs to be discerning. I read what Mia said, when I walked into the room. You could tell that woman did not want me there. And that's fine. All they had to do was not invite me. That's all they had to do. I wouldn't have just shown up. Like, I'm not the kind of person that's crashing your party. That's never happening. Nancy was into numerology. It's right, Jeannie Dixon will. Where is True Crime Wifey? I don't know. Maybe she's living her best life here in Tally. Is she going to the trial? We have no idea. We won't know. Oh, I have to do that. We won't know if she's at the trial until she's at the trial. Unless she tells it on the TikTok. I clean for a tall family. I just start looking up more often to be efficient. Probably true. How long has she been married? I don't know how long she's been married. I really don't know. Hey, JJ, huge snowstorm coming. Be safe. Somebody was in here saying they lived in New Mexico, if they're still here. I was just curious where. I know. Imagine. Like my son is really tall. He's 6'7", but his legs are really, really long. So I know you can be like short-legged and be I'm sorry, it's not funny. It's not funny. You live in northern New Mexico. My son is in Hobbs. funny? Oh my God. Oh. People won't even know why. People won't even know why. They're going to tune into like in the middle or the end and they're going to know why. So am I, dude. Like, so am I. What's got Patty cracking up? Someone want to tell her. The idea that you would be so short that you have to use little pieces of wood to help you drive, fair. And then I'm like, if he's 5'2" or whatever, like, how short do your legs have to be to be like, I don't even know. The only thing better than a Patty rant is a Patty cackle. Like, I'm legitimately like, when as soon as I said he's short-legged, that was it. I don't even know if that's a word. Is it a word? But I am. It's super funny. 5'2" women. My daughter's only 5'4". She has no problem driving. No, it's that he it's more fakeness. He wants to be able to look tall in the seat. Thank you. Because my mind went completely different. I was like, I can't figure out how blacks would be safe. But no, a lady I knew growing up, she was close to our family. She had the polio. And one leg was much shorter than the other. Like she was really on one side. And she had to have a block in her car. They like a mechanic attached it. So phone book. Oh my God. That's why she met. I am tickled. It's hard. It's hard when I'm like, I can't get over it. Got it. Like me too. I was like, is this like stilts that they had to install in his car? Oh, but in pictures he has to look taller than her, not because he wants that. It's so she is comfortable. Then he has to get out. He has to get out of the car at some point. Oh my God. A booster seat to look. I don't think that would be comfortable. Like a kiddie booster seat? Like in a restaurant? Like he walked out with a restaurant booster seat? Oh, you know that John is going to come at me, bro. He's going to find some like weird photo of me and he's going to, I got to stop the camera. And he's going to completely try to make me look unhinged and I don't care. That's the beauty of it, John. I don't care. I think it's funny. I think everything you do helps my algorithm. That's what I think. So go for it. You have a friend who's 4'8" and drives like. I'm very happy because that would be very awkward. So that whole story she wrote. I'm gonna yawn. I'm getting tired. About loving a shorter person doesn't apply to the car. It reminds me of Sex in the City, remember? He knocked off a restaurant booster seat. she thinks her husband is hot. I hope so. I hope so, because, life's really long. Life is really, really long when it's not. Nicked autocorrect. I know what you meant. Nicked autocorrect. I have this whole problem. I don't have a problem with living in separate houses. Like, yeah, I don't know. Who's that guy who did like Nightmare Before Christmas? Helena Bonham Carter's. Helena Bonham? Yeah, Helena Bonham Carter. Her ex-husband, who's like so super talented, they lived in separate homes. Now they're divorced, so it didn't even help them. But they had like a tunnel passageway between the two homes, and they lived in it. Oh, bless her heart. I am jealous. Yeah. Yep, I'm jealous. You got me, Katie. So, I am green. Like green. Get it? I'm so green. Yeah, I know people that live closeted lives. It's horrible. Oh, well, I mean, all you got to do is open up your comments. I don't know why people. Yeah, Helena. Oh, she stole Emma Thomas's husband, but it's Tim Burton. That's who it was. They live separately, which I think is genius. She said I believe she said, I'm not quite sure where they lived because England has different privacy laws, unfortunately, but they had separate, like nearby with a tunnel passage. Burton, thank you. Lolly says, delusional. Patty has a Greek god for a husband. He is Greek. And he is tall and he's handsome. Thank God. I mean, my first one, he wasn't for me. We'll just put it that way. Because he's my baby daddy. He's my baby daddy. But they don't, how people some people, they get married, divorced, and they marry kind of the same person and the same person. I did not. It's not at all like him. I'm jealous of her letter and of her hot husband. I mean, he's not for everybody. He thinks no, just kidding. My husband, he was very, he didn't get married till he was almost 40, the first time he got married. So he had a lot of girlfriends. He had blonde hair and was tan, lived down at the beach. Thank you, Rebecca. She has met my husband. Have you seen Tim Burton's early cartoon, Vincent? I have not. Murder's gaydar is out. Do you make a mean Greek salad? No. Neither one of us likes the olive. But I do order in. I have it shipped if I'm not at home. It's a Greek dressing called gazebo room after a restaurant in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania called Gazebo Room. And it is delicious. It is delicious. So good. Gazebo Room. I wish Jibs and Jab. Jibs and Jab is behind. I wonder where Jibs is. I wonder what Jibs is doing. I don't make any of that. I'm not a cook like that. I did buy a bread maker, but I haven't taken it out of the box. So I know how to make baklava. My mother-in-law, Chris's mom, her name was Mickey. It was actually Andrew. What was it like? It was Andrew something. It was her. Oh God, her name was very Greek, but she went by Mickey. It was Andrew something Margaret, and she went by Mickey. And she was a good Greek cook. It was really. She'd make a mean lamb, and she would make baklava and this. Is it avgo lemino soup? It's the Greek lemon chicken soup. I think it's avgo lemino is how it's pronounced. I took Latin, so I'm not really good at the whole Greek thing. You've never had baklava? It's too much for me. There's a nearby restaurant here. If you guys come into town for the trial, we should go. It's called Giorgio's. They're Greek, and they know my husband's family, and he has a baklava cheesecake. It's pretty powerful. I went to a Greek festival, and there were many yummy pastries with honey and walnuts. We have one here. Pistachio is one of my faves, especially if someone else makes it. My husband likes pistachio. I said that right. Now, I am never jealous of other people's money. I got to tell you. Money is, praise God, not, oh, here we go. Got to do that thing again. Is not something I've ever craved. Like if I won the lottery, I wouldn't turn it off. Like that'd be cool. But I don't ever go like, oh my God, I need more money. Oh my God, I need more money. I just don't. I just never wanted my mission in life to be about the dollar. I could always use more. I'm not a wealthy woman, but I'm just living in my means and do my best. So I am not jealous. I'm not jealous of anyone's money. I see people like Ben Affleck. He comes to mind all the time. How much money and how much misery does that man have? He hates being a celebrity. He loves being in a movie, but he'd probably be like me. You know, I would love being in a movie, but I wouldn't want to be a celebrity. So we've thought about like Scott and I. Oh, I was really fat at the time. It was right before COVID. I submitted a pitch to Pie Town. Believe it or not, that's their name. And it is TLC, which is a channel, but the production company is called Pie Town. And I submitted a pitch, and it must have been pretty decent because within like 24 hours, a casting director called and I flipped out. Like they were like, we want more. Can you figure out what you want it to be? Do you have can you give us the second phase of that? And I was like, yeah, I could. And then praise the Lord, COVID came. And so all the production turned down. And I told Scott, I was like, Scott, they called me right back. And he was like, Patty, what did you want a reality show? And I was like, TLC, I don't know if that's really our vibe because we swear a lot. You know, we just came from different lifestyles and I just don't know if that's the thing. And then I realized it wasn't the thing. Like the more I thought about it, the more like true anxiety I was getting. I said, Scott, like there is no one on any of these shows that doesn't end up in, very few do not end up in tax court. Like you've got the Chrisleys, you've got all the Real Housewives, the husbands are going to jail, they're going to jail, everyone's going to jail. And I was like, really? Do we really need that in our life? And I was like, no, we don't need it in life. So I never pursued it ever again. And then he was like, well, do you want to go on Bravo? And I was like, that's the same thing. Like he has a mutual friend that knows Andy Cohen. And he's like, maybe. And I'm like, maybe. They all end up in tax court. Like there's nothing that is off limits with these reality shows. Even though he and I are both already very upfront, the damage that it does to your children and their children, I was like, it's just not worth it. So we didn't do it. But it was nice to have her call me back right away. I mean, it was literally less than 24 hours. And it was nice that a pitch like that was something that they might be interested in, but it's not worth it. That trial will not be 3 to 4 weeks. It will not be 3 to 4 weeks. They said that the last time. We got 2 weeks on a good day. And that includes 3 to 4 days for the jury. Everett is not going to allow a 3-week trial. It is not happening. Oh my God. Nobody is jealous of that. If you are friends with a woman, I would hope you don't lie about what she says. That would be the first thing. And I am happy that Ms. Markell creates new relationships. Why would I do that? Yeah, Jimmy Petronas is running for Congress. That is true. I think he won the primary, right? Didn't he win the primary, Rebecca? Australia has the second largest Greek community in the world. I didn't know that. I thought I was the only one who went for pastry, Julia said. In Greece, they have yogurt with 20% fat. Oh my God. One of my really good friends from, we went all 12 years together. She is big in finance in Europe, and she moved to Greece. And I don't know how she's not 400 pounds. She must walk everywhere. Because all the photos, the food, the drink, it's amazing. That's insightful. I think that's a lot of people. It's telling that she mentions her money and her husband so much she thinks people are jealous of those things. Yeah, my husband will ask, he'll ask to go on the radio. No. He'll ask to come on here. No. I don't publish my marriage and that's the other thing. Like, I'm not, like, I would be like, the idea of a TV show is fabulous. And then there's the reality. It's okay. It's okay. It was nice to be there. I'm on pins and needles waiting for Wendy. I am too. I cannot wait till that woman walks past her mother. Cannot wait. It's going to be amazing. Her defense won't take... Yakety Yak says her defense won't take 3 to 4 hours. It won't. And that's the problem. Like, even with the Karen Reed, if she's innocent, I know you don't have to prove she's innocent, then you're better off not saying anything, because throwing all this shit up against a wall is not going to help your cause. Yeah. I think 2 to 3 weeks. I think 2 weeks with jury. Even Charlie's. Like, remember, Rashbaum said he was going to play all that audio, those phone calls. He was going to repeat them. He had this massive list of defense witnesses. He brought up Wendy's divorce attorney, which I wish somebody would tell me the mentality of that. And then Charlie. And even Charlie was only on for like a day and a half or whatever. But I don't understand. I never have understood why he pulled Wendy's divorce attorney that Dan Markell rolled over. Like, rolled. He was going to take her down if he had survived. So I can't imagine. Still stunned by all that quizzical and awful finger sniffing. The electronics. I know. Wendy, I know this thing I got to keep putting on my hand. But Wendy and the electronics. Wendy. Georgia. And who's waiting for the dating apps for Wendy? Who's waiting for that? Dating. Wendy. Can't wait. Please remember to hit the like button. Thank you, YB. You said they were... Wesley, are you still in the Japan if you're on here? She was working hard to isolate. Oh, yeah. Don't contact her. Don't contact Ruth Mark. Ruth Markell's like a freaking millionaire on her own. She's written books. She's written 3 books total. 2 of them I bought, and they weren't easy to find. What are you talking about, lady? I know. I told someone this week, I feel, even still, I don't have a lot. My house isn't big. It's small. I have a smaller refrigerator, like I said. I do have 2 vehicles and then my husband's car. So we do have that. But I'm like, I feel so encumbered. I need to unencumber some more. I'm giving away food in my pantry. I'm giving away clothes all the time. I got to get rid of this stuff because I feel so unencumbered. It does. Like even cleaning it. I don't want it cleaned in anymore. I don't want it in my house. That's what my husband loves. He loves the souvlaki. I do like the makeup though. The makeup's small. You have many friends that are very wealthy, Melissa, family, generational money. They never talk about it. Never. You're still in Japan. I've been trying to deport me for years. Why? KCL wanted an affair with Rush. Oh, gross. I can't even publish that. I'm sorry. I saw that and I can't. I haven't eaten tonight. I can't be doing that. Wendy gave 3 different versions. I know. You can tell with like all of this stuff they're trying to post out. We'll know on Tuesday how much crap they're going to try and throw at Judge Everett. He just doesn't tolerate it. He is not a Judge Beverly Cannoni. It's just, he's not the same. I'm grateful that I encountered her though, since I met many of you. See, that's what I think. Like, I'm very grateful. I'm grateful I went to the meet and greet. I'm grateful for Susan. I'm grateful for all of that because without that, I wouldn't know who I was dealing with. I like knowing who I'm dealing with. She's no longer being isolated, is my guess. Your prime minister was here in Japan and USA are lovers now. Yeah, I think so. I think that's it. I think I've answered everything. I know. It's so sad to me. So sad. But I'm aware. Right? And thank you all for looking out for me. Candle time. Thank you, Tea Talk. It's very nice of you. I am going to blow the candle out and put a lid on it so it doesn't burn my office down. Can you imagine? No, Patty, I can't imagine. Yeah, everyone's so sweet. My father's alibi. Blow the candle out. I will as soon as I get up. We don't know, Melissa. We won't know till, she either announced it to her 500 followers, which is fantastic. I don't make fun of people's numbers. I don't. That's what I tell people. I was happy with 500. I'm amazed at people that get 500,000, like the lady with the makeup, the 81-year-old lady with the makeup had like 700,000 followers. But she's been doing it a long time, but still, it's crazy. I won't be surprised if she doesn't attend. I don't think she will, but who am I? Maybe in disguise. I won't. Thank you. You guys are so sweet for reminding me. Get a salt lamp, Patty. It's safer. Yeah, I don't have one though. The problem is on that mantle, there's no outlet. There's very few outlets in here, which is why I unplug everything. I unplug everything because of that. I will surely catch you on the Markel stuff on June 3rd. Maybe I'll get to meet you. Mel, you should come. You should come. Kimber has a ton of subscribers. She's very good. She is good. I've never watched her before this case. So I would, there's a sponsor, Glade Candles. That would be nice. I do buy soy so that they don't like create a soot on the wall. I do buy soy candles and I usually buy them local. And that's the thing. Like, I am so pro local business here. For them to trash me, I'm like, God, you're so stupid. You don't have to like me. You don't have to like what we do, but I still have, between the groups, 100,000 followers. So trashing me is really stupid. That's all. I know she's trying to get back on the saddle. Bless her heart. It's almost her time. She's a one-trick pony. So she's got to get that pony out. She definitely is a one-trick pony. Good night, everyone, Kelly says, and I will say the same thing. Sunday is a big day for my people. Go Eagles. Yay. Have a good one. Have a great night. Thanks for joining me for 3 hours, almost exactly. Thank you so much. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.